No one's here. Perfect. No one to disappoint. Oh no, someone liked it. Fuck, someone's here. Alright, I'm just tweeting it out and then we'll get going. Alright. Oh, hi. Hey, Blue. Hey, Mind Freak. 10 people watching. That's too many fucking people. So... Yeah, I've just been depressed all week, you guys. Nothing spectacular to report, no major revelations, just really, quarantine burnout, I think, is the culprit. So I was like, I guess I'll do this. I don't know. I've been really motivated. Haven't been working on our movie projects or my own private writing projects. Haven't been socially interacting. I don't know why I think this is the solution, but all I've been doing is playing this game because it's low impact and like waiting for time to pass and for quarantine to end. And I think a lot of people are in that boat. And I got to a point in the game where I realized I wanted to start a fresh run. And something I never, ever do... Hey, Alexandra, thanks for joining us. Something I never fucking do is an evil, crazy run. So I'm hoping that y'all will help me play from the beginning Torment Tides of Numenera, game I've been really sinking a lot of my depression burnout time into. And hopefully by involving others, it will force me to read and talk and do silly voices and entertain, and that will cheer me up. So here we go. Watch Mike get cheered up in real time with a fresh game of Torment Tides of Numenera. And I will be hopefully doing like a bad fucked up evil run, making decisions we haven't made before, and I'm hoping y'all will, advocate for choices as you see fit. So if you don't know what this game is about, things will be confusing to you. We be female or male. Well, the future is female, and this game takes place in the future. Technically, I think it's got a level of technology from the past, but I believe it's the future because it's at least post the apocalypse or multiple apocalypses. So I'm going to say female because the future is it. Plus, I like pressing X more than pressing O.
Wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body.
Hey, Zach.
Distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap.
Catherine's right. I kind of should have been male if I'm going to run around being an intrusive dick and fucking everyone's lives up. But this is a fantasy, so we'll be an evil female. I won't read that because the game read it to you, but I'll do wacky voices most of the time. So, it's basically Disco Elysium, if you know that game. Same opening. No art, just a voice. You're in a void. Stuff is bad.
Emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Alright. First decision. This is how we're going to do it, you guys. If you advocate for a decision, you can literally just put the number in chat, because that's why I picked this game. All the decision trees and dialogue trees have numbered choices, which I think is dope. Omar's right. Karens exist. That's a good point. We will be playing as a Karen in this run. So our name is Karen. We're the last cast-off. Karen. Thanks. I knew someone would pick 3, the non-existent choice. You son of a bitch. We'll look at our body. We'll look at our delicious body.
Wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown
Hey,
skin,
Polecat.
5 fingers on each hand,
Greetings from
toes on each foot. Muscles, strong,
the East Bay, Greater San Francisco area, California,
as if they have not done much labor, but
contiguous
stars
United
and
States,
planets
North America,
suggest that you haven't always
American
been.
landmass, Earth,
Can't you remember this?
solar system, Milky Way. Quadrant? What's the name of our galactic... No, Milky Way is the whole galaxy. Anyway.
Warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds.
The cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away. You are falling. In love? No. Towards a collapsing moon. Alright, so we're shooting star. We're falling to our deaths. Should we fight it? No. This is a horrible, bad mood, fucked up, evil run. We're gonna dive towards the ground. I don't even need people to weigh in on that. Hopefully the game will end now, and we can all go our separate ways.
And your skin burns under the tremendous speed. Your vision blurs, and you are unable to judge how far you fall.
Keep on diving, baby. Take me out of this world. Terminal velocity.
You can feel it thickening around you, and miraculously you are slowing from the frenzied descent.
Oh no.
Slow is a relative term.
Okay, good.
Through the air, piercing its veils, and you have no time for the poetry of falling. This realization drives itself home as you strike an unyielding surface. As your skin explodes and your organs liquefy on impact, a brief thought flashes through your mind.
Your life was utterly and completely meaningless. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate that, bud. Oh, that was the stream. All right. Cheers. This was great. It really cheered me up. No, we will load our last save. Of course, you gotta persevere through death when you're the last cast off. And people who are unfamiliar with this game don't even know what I mean by that yet, but you will. Hey, good game, everyone. Zach's mom will hand out orange slices. Please shake the hands of everyone. So that's a save game from... That's not what we want to do. We want to do a new game again. But tuck this away for later. The silver tide represents... Oh, it loaded too fast. Okay, new game. I hope that that's... Every option just leads you to fall and smash and choose your gender. This whole game is just a statement on the binary nature of genders. All you can be is male or female. You can be either, but that's the game's big takeaway. There are two genders, and then you die. All right. So, ladies, you had your chance. Let's do this the Dick's way. We're male. Not that it matters when your organs explode and your skin dissolves. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this time. Yeah, we're panicking. We're falling through the air. Last time we looked at our body... we're a dude. We're still gonna look at our body. Let's see how that hog's hanging. And at maximal G. Oh, we're in a suit. Damn. Not free-flopping. We have good muscles and slim hips. Our palms are soft. It's good detail to know. That'll come in handy later at the theater. You got soft palms.
Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much without warning.
Option 4. Check that D. What is the status of that D? Above you, a small moon slowly collapsing on itself. Yes, we know.
The world is many kilometers below you.
Alright, just for the sake of getting an art asset in the game, let's flatten out and catch the wind. But we'll get fucked up again real soon, don't worry.
Though you were still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well.
Yeah, Zach's still going 4. Just dive, baby. Alright, we're flattening out like a gliding squirrel. Which we don't know that we aren't technically, because so far this game is just wisps of cloud and text. That's the game. Large landmass, small moons, fantasy setting. The kids are gonna eat it up. This is cyberpunk. This is what cyberpunk is. Let's try to remember what happened.
You were in a tall passageway, its sides slicked with dew, the air warm and moist, as if you were caught in the breath of a giant organism. You remember fleeing in fear and exhilaration, laughing through the terror. What was it that pursued
Tall passageway, something pursued us.
Its coiling power, the promise of oblivion. Its shadowed tendrils struck at you, and the walls where they landed were torn apart utterly.
Oh, Abe
destroyed
might also
beyond
be
any
joining us
repair.
later. I think he's
You leapt
asleep,
into
but
a
when he wakes
membranous
up, he'll
cocoon
hop
and
in.
fell from the
Hopefully, and be an evil voice.
The moon. And then you were empty. But who were you?
Yes, Zach, this is a sequel to Planescape Torment, called Torment Tides of Numenera. So, presumably, the next game will be called Tides of Numenera, something else, Finnegan's Wake. Alright, much like the whale that came from a petunia in Hitchhiker's Guide, our meaningless life is about to terminate once again. But, before we do that, we'll take our only moment of existence to feel sorrow and be sad, because that's good. This will cheer me up. Alexandra, I agree, the narrator is pretty ASMR-y. I'm wearing headphones, so I'm very tingly right now. But that's multifactorial why I'm tingling. There's several factors there. Who were you? I won't try to ASMR you people. Hi, it's me. I'm gonna ASMR. It's hard to ASMR when you have a bunch of chipmunks in your mouth. Okay, let's stop falling so we can... This is... I forget how much of this game is just this person reading to you over black nothingness.
You can see the watery grave that lies ahead of you.
Right, we're still gonna die. I don't understand the difference of this path. Maybe that's the message. Oh, here we go. It's rude to point, you know, you shout as you plummet.
With a sickening thump, you destroy the glass structure. You hear some strange engine howl as its balance is forever altered.
Ooh.
And then...
Okay. And boom, game begins. Now that is some competent storytelling. I actually do think the storytelling in this game is fucking phenomenal, but not because the budget, not because the money pours off the screen per se. But we wouldn't be playing it if I didn't think it was if I didn't think... Shut up. Fuck all of you. Interact with this thing. Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl makes no sexual innuendo. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons. All dick jokes wasted. Alright, our options. Move the bowl beneath the liquid, because all crevasses should be filled with liquid. This is nature's way. Examine the bowl or leave the bowl alone. Can I get some votes? Otherwise I'll choose myself, but this is how it's supposed to go. You guys spam chat with whatever number you want. I mean, I guess don't spam, but you could vote. Alright, here's how the game works. I'll show you. I'm moving it because it's a thing to do. So we can spend our points. You don't care. But story-wise, oh good, people voted for one anyway. I know how it works, so you don't have to. We're going to give ourselves a 65% chance of success. If you fail, the game continues, just different stuff happens. That's the success sound. Every time that sound happens, I will say, shikshoink. So shikshoink, you carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth on the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool of alien light. There we go. Great animations in this game. You can see him really using his back, not his legs. That's going to help. No matter the options, always choose one. See, I want to be evil and fucked up. What if one is always the reasonable option, Jackson? Then that won't work. I don't know. We'll see. If one... We can lean heavily into one if one is always entertaining. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflectione. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you have begun to heal from the damage done in your fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of spreading light. Hello, are you still alive down there? We're up here. Build a path up to us, but be careful. That's that person's voice. We'll try and be consistent with the voices. Okay, you can zoom in and out. That's nice. You can see the Devil's Post pile undulating in the darkness. Alright, overturn the bowl. Why not wreck up the place before we get out of here? When you touch it, you feel a strange tightness in your head and soon discover that the bowl is too heavy to move now. Even the attempt makes your arms ache and temples throb. Let's try and move it 10 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This bowl will not be moved. Alright. And believe me, that wasn't in vain. This is a game where if you do stuff 10 times, sometimes the 10th time something different happens. Because it's a head trip like that. It's Torment Tides of Numenera. As soon as you touch the orb, calm floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusty trombone. The air is dank and smokable. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell. A bubble of stale air your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. But this body's an air breather. No, I'll keep the voice going. I'm not going to lose the voice. But this body's an air breather. Alright, don't lose your passion, Swaim. And the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but he now seems Donatello. Hey, that rhymed. The device in his loins is covered in noobs, wires and antennae. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded dew, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he has lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed, it must proceed. Alright, so this is a memory we're having of a former life in which we have gills and live underwater, much like the titular shape of water, and we are being seduced with eggs. Shall we deceive him? Shall we threaten him? Or 3, this is taking too long, use magic to gloss over the plot point. Any votes? Any votes? Yeah, we gotta keep the voices. Half the reason I wanted to do this stream was to do stupid voices, so. Oh yeah, and we're gonna try and be evil or crazy or both whenever possible. Let's keep our mission statement in mind. This is taking too long. Cast a spell. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Yeah, whoever just said I'm loving this. Yeah, without context. Hey, tangent just for Hillel Hinton Williams. Hey, Hillel. This game actually rules, and the writing's really good. So if you are not above reading writing or listening to me read it, you'll get some good writing from out of this game, and it's really trippy and creative and fun as hell. Here we go. Oh, I'm cheered up. Thanks so much for joining me for this, you guys. It's working. All right. Oh, he says, exclaiming your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves the device at the door like an idiot, like a moron, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-bordered cells in the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you are underwater again, your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark waters, starring Johnny Depp. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal, and an iridescent field coalesces so fast that you can't believe it, you guys. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards shan't be far behind. Okay, so there's an alarm now. So you're just thrown into this situation, you're just making general decisions. You can. Should we run? There's a thing we want, and there's an alarm. Do we run from the thing? Do we disable? If it's within our power to disable the sonar, I think that would be the reasonable thing. But we're a dick, so we're gonna use a device to stop them. Hopefully it kills people. You run urgent fingers over the devices fastened to your waist, a fog rising in your mind. A few can be used against the guards, but will also turn your skin to steel, synth steel, not the real deal, or the surrounding water to boiling wax. Hardly ideal. You chuckle wryly. Well written, you say to yourself. High five. Finally, you find a small silver sphere. Setting the sphere in place, you kick desperately for the safety of a nearby alcove. The sphere whirls and unfolds into a spiraling vortex. The sphere at its center speaks a few polite words in an ancient language, then begins draining the surrounding water into itself with alarming speed. The approaching guards shout, then scream as they too are sucked into the whirlpool and ripped to pieces. You allow yourself a fleeting smile, but are all too aware that more alarms are going off in the distance. Oh, the memory fades and shudders out of our body as we are being drawn backwards through a tunnel. Or a tunnel, even. Who just said something really nice? Someone said something really nice. Well, anyway, whoever thanked me for bringing a chuckle to their day, hey, thank you. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not yours. There's something else, a gust of sour air, like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. All right. Another path opened up and we can't retreat, so onward we go. We are Chad, the last cast off, and we will judge you based on what you are wearing. This mirror looks strange, as though what you see in it is real and you are the reflection. You stand beside... Okay, it's another memory fragment. Here we go. You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defaunissance. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill went into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary... and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. Oh yeah, Dominic, the voice will wax and wane much like the tides that you'll soon understand as the game progresses. By the way, this is a very belabored character creation sequence, so these decisions are helping with that. I don't know about this, the woman says. Oh, her voice flat and neutral, sorry. I don't know about this, the woman says. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? All right, option 1. Draw her attention to the hidden details that your more experienced eye can clearly see. So option 1, what do your elf eyes see? Option 2, use your charm, Silver Tongue. Option 3, convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. We've got a vote for 3 from Zach. Only a dick would answer 3. I'm giving it 3 more seconds for votes to trickle in. And we're going with 3. Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. A slight chill enters the air as you describe the potential power of the metallic disc below and the sealed vaults beneath it. She nods. So that's what your servitor machines are doing down there. You've already chosen this as the site, haven't you? She waits for your affirmation and says... All right, I'm convinced. The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors built. You interrupt her. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. How dare she? How absolutely dare she? It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? 1. Use the Numenera integrated into the body to overwhelm the behavioral malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Or 3. Look for a deeper solution. Perhaps it's an effect of the metallic disc. A dick wouldn't do that. I think we would just force it to do our bidding, right? So we'll go 1, unless I hear otherwise. The floor is open for votes. Votes tallying. The floor is closed for votes. We got some strong ones in there. A mist falls onto the plateau as you activate time-scarred artifacts fastened to the construct's behavioral core with a sub-vocalized command. In other words, you mansplain to the robot. With an abrupt clack and a pulse of pleasant warmth, the devices purge the error, and 7 copper-banded spheres drop out of the evenly spaced rifts in the air. We literally troubleshot the shit out of it. Ignoring this common side effect, you give new orders to the... Oh, it commonly zaps 7 silver orbs out of the air? Okay. You give new orders to the malfunctioning construct in a firm, clear voice. Listen, robot, do the thing better now. Acknowledged. It obediently trundles to the site of your new shelter. The image freezes and fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, block by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memories hurts. Oh, so we're also... okay, good to know. And once more, there's something else. Hairs lift one by one on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing, and is hunting you. Alright, something's hunting us as we... trounce and flounce through memory lane in a visual representation of our own minds. I'm gonna go check out this silver dot, and I believe this is the last leg of character creation. Oh, buckle in, honeys, because we gotta finish. We gotta at least get to Canvassarai. So this is gonna be a long-ass stream. A vision of a city springs up around you, your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care not for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is your blood. But they have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. What your elf eyes see, orc blood. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, 2 of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibro axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor, and holding a hilt with a sizzling invisible blade. It's sizvisible. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. Option 1, trade blows with the giant. Option 2, duck under the giant's swing and attack before he can strike. Option 3, fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. So the get 'em lease option. That blade sounds delish, is not a vote, but Zach votes for 1. So should we just be a physically aggressive douchebag? We got 2s, we got some 1s. I'm going to go with the sucker punch. I swayed the vote. Apologies. You roll under the blurring arc of his axe. He's overconfident, testing you without committing to the attack. Yes, he's fast, but not as fat, Dave Carter. Great name, Dave Carter. Seems like we're playing clever and aggressive. We're playing depressed, cynical, evil, dickish, mansplaining, interrupty, and unhinged. That's what we're playing. So basically we're playing as the Swaim persona. Yes, he's fast, but he's not as fast as you are. And when he raises the great axe above his head to finish you, you're able to bury your blade under his breastplate. Toasty! The blade emerges from the back of his neck, and his life's blood washes over your hands. Get over here! He falls. Prank war! Wank poor. I mean prank war. He falls, taking your weapon with him, and his companion attacks. Her invisible blade is far more lethal than the giant's axe. You duck as she thrusts. I know how to make love to a woman, game. Her return swing cuts through your armor, ruining your breastplate. She doesn't even have breast. Oh my god, you guys. This game. She just has to make contact. You time your attack as she pulls it back for another strike. You barrel into her, diving over the wall, and she drops screaming to the ground 50 meters below. Okay. We killed these. Again, These are memory fragments that serve as a personality test to create our character, so this will not affect reality. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the tower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly crooked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. All right. Hurl yourself against the door to knock them to the ground. Crack the door open. So are we sneaky? Are we just, fuck you, get out of our way? Or are we charging through them, tanking and taking damage? I feel like I'm going to eliminate two. The door is a jur, and we're either going to hurl ourselves through or charge at the soldiers. Zach says one, so here we go. Hurl yourself at the door and knock them to the ground. You charge through the dim shadows, dropping your shoulder into the door at the last minute. It bursts open. Halfway through its arc, it crashes into the pair of enemy soldiers, scattering them. You race through the door, blade in hand, and you dispatch your stunned foes. Their blood begins to pool in the hallway. That memory fades, and you find yourself back in your own body. Nice. Check out that D. Your temples throb with the... It's still there. Your temples throb with the race, not the only things throbbing, with the race of your force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. A tremor rocks the floor beneath you as the massive fist struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movements within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room. I'll probably read a little more sensibly when the actual plot events of the game begin, but don't count on it. Toasty! That's my catchphrase that I just invented on this stream. The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people. Exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations, but will the real Slim Shady please stand up? In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories that you discovered within the orbs, and the choices you've made shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads, first in your taint, and out from there. Shall we point at the doppelganger with the clever eyes? Shall we point at the intelligent doppelganger? No. See, that's what I would normally play as, but this is a bad, fucked up, depressed run. So we gotta point at the doppelganger with the... Oh, we can only be clever or intelligent? Those both suck. Alright, help me out, stream. Someone vote. First vote that comes in. First vote in wins. Alright, thanks, Dave. We'll be clever. I feel like that wasn't what we were playing as, but alright. The doppelganger makes its way over to you. It's about to speak when a thuggish figure charges out of the crowd and shakes his knife in the doppelganger's face. Speaking in your voice, the doppelganger raises a calming hand, appealing to the thug's better nature with a combination of wit and lies. Scowling, the thug lowers his knife and apologizes. The doppelganger turns to you, waiting for your decision. I mean, that doesn't feel like that's who I am, but we're going to say it is, and we're going to change it later, because I happen to know you get to change it later. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the edges of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face exudes intelligence and confidence. Shadows of several devices shimmer all around it, technology of several kinds from a myriad of past ages. You get the feeling that you would be comfortable with all of it. The word no sounds in your mind. You are a clever no. Thank you, Dorian the Beard. Thanks so much. Oh, thanks for the kind vibes, dude. Have a good day. Hopefully you check back in later. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out in the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly a grotesque noise rings out through your shared worlds. Like a bell if bells could rot. Something is coming! Restored one might pool. The mirror fades, leaving a dark open doorway. You take a deep breath and step through. All right, character creation. Your choices in the memories in the mirror have begun to build your character, but now you have the opportunity to decide on a number of details. First, you can decide to change your type. Types define the abilities and skills you'll be able to acquire as you advance. Disable tutorials. Yes. All right. So, basically, here's all we need to decide. A glaive is a fighter, a jack is a rogue, a nano is a wizard. I would normally play as a jack, which is like a jack of all trades. Hey, Muskets fan, we're playing an RPG and you're diving in just at the right time because I've had a really bad week, and so I'm deciding to start a very dense storytelling RPG from scratch and play as an evil, fucked up, depressed guy, and that will excise. It's like how people used to invent the blues. I'm just gonna play Torment. So, and be a dick in it. So, should we be a wizard or a fighter? Because I don't want to be a rogue, because that's what I am in my actual playthrough of this game that I care about. Glaive. Glaive? Should we be a Freundglaven or a no-no? We got 2 for wizard, 3 for wizard, 3 for fighter. This is a big decision, so I'm going to let people vote a little bit. Oh, nano, no. Why you sound like your own? Well, glaive, wizard, glaive, no, nano, no, wizard. All right, wizards have it. We will be a no-no. No-nos are sometimes called moogs, wizards, sickerers, or weiches by the people of the Ninth World. Whatever they're called, no-nos master the mysteries of the past to the degree that they seem to perform miracles using esoteries, spell-like invocations that combine gestures, command words, and psychic disciplines. They tap into no-no spirits, numinous particles that suffuse the landscape, to alter reality or learn things they couldn't otherwise. No. Oh. Okay, so we'll be a no-no. No-nos rely on their intellect. We've got 2 points to spend. We will spend them both in might because we're an evil bastard who's not good at... We want to punch people as well as be a no-no, so that's what we're going to do. Abilities. Shall we be able to scan people's thoughts? Shall we be resourceful? Adaptation? Shall we have the ability to quantum leap, which will take the story in a completely different direction where I make as many quantum leap references as I can? Or should we have a basic heal spell? I'm going to go with a basic heal spell. And we will be a spellcasting pugilist. I completely agree with that, Joyless Tiger. That is what I'm going for. So we will... well, what does Quantum Step actually do? Teleport one ally to a point within range. That's stupid. We're going to have the heal spell, and we're going to continue. Select heal. Oh, we get 2. We get 2. All right, we'll take teleport and heal. Those are easy to understand. That won't be too confusing for the people at home. Now we get tag skills. If you've played RPGs, you know the deal with that. We can get better at machines, mystical, or natural. And yes, Calabrec, there are companions in this game, so we'll get to explore all the classes, ultimately. Should we be good at machines, magic, or natural? I feel like a natural woman, so that's what we're going to do. Weapon skill. Only glaives receive training in weapon skills. Oh, okay. Descriptor. Shall we be cautious? No. Charming? No. Clever? No. Graceful? No. Learned? No. Mechanical? Observant? Rugged? Gotta be. Strong-willed. What sounds the most like a fucking male Karen, like a Chad? Is it strong-willed or slick? What's the most toxically male epaulet here? I would go strong-willed, slick, or rugged. Wrathful? I guess wrathful is actually negative. It's the only one but slick is actually weirdly... I gotta agree with Dominic. I think slick is weirdly appropriate to the kind of dick that exists in 2021. We're getting so many votes for wrathful. Alright, if everyone wants to go wrathful, we'll just be wrathful. Slick Kyle, there's another for Sea Green, says Slick Kyle with the energy drinks. You are quick to anger and have the power to back that anger up. Strong-willed is you're willful, headstrong, and independent. You know that self-confidence is more important than facts. Okay, I'm actually convinced it's strong-willed now, so we're going with strong-willed. Dude, self-confidence is more important than facts, bro. That's definitely the one. We're a strong-willed... no. Who's also wrathful. Jen, did you call me? Jen's making fun of my voice, you guys. I'm here trying to dig myself out of a week-long depression by talking to y'all, and she's bringing, a self-judgment vibe into the room. She's saying, hey, what you're doing is silly. You should feel society's gaze on you. And I'm saying, fuck the haters, and brush off the dust off your shoulder and get back on that horse. All right, so now we're in another new unknown space that's really woo and swoopy. And it's... oh, the Spectre. All right, we need a voice for the Spectre. I'll get it by the time I finish with the narration. Story begins. Everything about this spectral figure seems dreamlike. He is a hazy silhouette who seems to be made of a little scaramouche of a man. He wears stylish, well-cut clothes. His handsome, bearded face seems hauntingly familiar, though you've never seen him before. Or have we? He breathes a sigh of relief when he sees you. Let's see. Knowing who this guy will later be revealed to be... What voice would be good for him? I'll just go with broad European accents. We weren't sure that would work. We pooled our strength and channeled it through me to reach you, to wake you up. He glances at the other figures here and frowns unhappily. Actually, let's switch from Irish to Scottish. I think the Spectre should be Scottish. You took more out of them than we thought. The other reflections, they're more like shadows now. Look, I'll bet you've got a lot of questions. This whole place is basically your mind. Your body's still out there in the real world, healing from their fall. You need to get out there and finish the process. Oh wait, didn't someone in stream say they're watching from Orkney? I feel like this is very, very disrespectful to that person. Anyway, he shrugs. It shouldn't be too hard. Before I met you... Alright, here are our options. So this guy says you're unconscious. This is the inside of your head. This is the inside of your own head, and I'm you. I'm your inner monologue talking to you. Do we have questions? What should we do? Remember, we're a male Karen, and we're wrathful. So let's get those votes in. Before I met you, it felt like something was hunted. Okay, how do you know all this, all that you're telling me? He throws up his hands in frustration. I'm just a part of you. I look at you, and I know. This place was made for you and for us. And I remember pieces of knowledge that come to me when you ask your questions. But that's all. Alright. Before I met you, it felt like something was hunting me. You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? Who are those other people? If this place is my mind, why don't I remember? Oh, I guess I also need a voice for us, our voice, since these are in quotes. Yeah, someone just said bitchy. Number 5, but really bitchy, and I'm gonna leap off of bitchy for our voice. I think that's great. Ew, David. Yeah, okay, I've got it. If this place is my mind, why don't I remember any of this? Any of you? It's your mind. A construct built to, I don't know, share thoughts, store your true self. Wait, you know how people say, in the first place, this is definitely the first place of your memory. Well, it was the first place for me anyway. Get out of my swamp! Maybe it'll come to you later. You said I had to finish the process. What do you mean by that? After you wake up from this
dream state and attuned to the tides. You'll need to find something called a resonance chamber. Your body should have landed somewhere near it. Just climb inside that and everything will be fine.
We still can't just say bye, so we gotta keep asking questions.
What do you mean attuned to the tides? Tides are like the force. I mean, a force. Like gravity or magnetism. Fucking how do they work? But tides respond to people's actions and perceptions. Your body, that is your body in the real world, needs the tides to survive. It's not something you need to worry about. Your body will attune as it wakes up.
What's a resonance chamber?
I remember pieces about it, but not the whole. It's a crystal sarcophagus. I remember it having 5 mechanical arms around it and a metal ring set in the floor. I think we were aiming for it when we fell. When you open your eyes, it should be nearby.
Okay, before I met you, it felt like something was hunting me. Do you know what it was?
He closes his eyes. That's a memory I don't want to recall. Black and furious. It's our death. It's called the sorrow. I hope it's lost interest in you, because if it finds us, oh, we're done for.
So how do I get back to the real world?
There's a portal down there. It'll take you back to your body. Just step through it, and the whole tides thing should take care of itself. He crosses his arms. When you wake up, find the resonance chamber and activate it. Then we can... Whoa, what the hell is that?
Oh, that's just great.
Oh, gods, it's the sorrow. I broke my favorite mirror. The sorrow's ankled to those... Ankled. I'm thinking of ankling this sorrow. It's devouring their power, Captain. We don't have enough power, Captain. We have to get rid of them. Destroy its anchors or else the sorrow will erase us forever.
Now this is good storytelling because you don't even know it yet. But you'll understand this event from a new perspective later and realize that you're doing evil shit right now. Which I fucking love. Oh yeah, a lot of tentacle penetration. A lot of penetration in this game. But this is basically the combat tutorial. So let's just run up to this dude and fucking wallop him. 85% chance to hit. Get out of here. Uh-oh, the sorrow made some fragments.
It's gonna hide inside your mind. Now run to the next one.
Alright, enough rhyming, Scottish guy. Oh, it's showing us how to dash. You guys have played XCOM. You know how it works. But basically, this evil thing is implanting little horcruxes of itself inside our mind that we can't, that we'll have to deal with later. But right now, we just gotta do this. Just gotta punch these tentacles out of here and complete the combat tutorial so we can start the game proper. See? See? This game gets it. I'm infected with sorrow. This game is a metaphor for my whole deal this week. It's alright, let's just play the game, Mike. Just play the game. It's working. You don't have to go back into the emotional spiral on stream. Schist! Okay. A word about schist. Schist is the Goram, or the... I forget what the word for fuck in... Well, it's fork in Good Place. What was it in Battlestar that they said instead of swears? Anyway, schist is shit in this universe. He said, hey, kill that thing. Oh, no, he said, hey, pick up the shimmering piece of glass. Okay. This is a fragment of the mirror of the sorrow shattered in the calm. It holds a reflection of you frozen in time and surrounded by a corona of multicolored energies. It's a frack. Frack is the word I'm thinking of. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Zach. Frackin' toasters. Gar ram it. All this. I'm too old for this schist. So that is a cipher, which is basically This is a post-apocalyptic fantasy. So it's a world where many societies on Earth have fallen and will be surrounded by just ruins built on ruins built on ruins. Many of those societies reached all the way to intergalactic travel, then fell. So there's technology that, by the way, this is my favorite fucking genre of sci-fi fantasy. So magic has returned to the land, and it's a fantasy story, but it's also sci-fi because it's in the shadow of sci-fi. It's a history of sci-fi. So a cipher in this game is defined as an object that you don't know why it does what it does. It's an artifact from a past civilization, but it does that. So as Arthur C. Clarke taught us, science significantly advanced is equivalent to magic, I think is the quote. So we consider it magic, but it's actually science is the supposition of the game, which all is to say we looted that thing. Oh, hey, Daniel. Thank Daniel Logto. Well, I have a friend, Daniel, but he spells it differently, so that's probably not Daniel. But thank you, Dana Log to Digital. That's right, it's Dana Log to Digital. I really appreciate the sentiment. I hope I eventually read your name correctly. Use the shimmering glass item on the remaining reflection. Items wheel, shimmering glass, main reflection. Boom. Analog to digital, Dan. Analog to digital. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm really lucky in that I have recently, and by which I mean in the last 5 years, gotten to a place where I can tell I'm depressed or my mood is unstable and just wait. I still feel it, but I'm just waiting for it to pass. So I'm not making broad implications like I have to change my job or I have to change my relationship or something's wrong. I'm just waiting for it to pass. It's been about a week that I've been depressed, but hopping on stream always cheers me up. So thank you for that, all of you. The Spectre says, you pried it loose, that thing is a cancer, an infection. It's unstoppable. It's like Chris Harrison, except we cannot get rid of it. Spectre holds his head in his hands. I cannot believe it found us in here. That thing, the sorrow, it's been hunting you. It's what killed you in the first place, you friggin' idiot. It'll keep hunting you until you activate the resonance chamber. I didn't remember until I saw it, but that's why the chamber is so important. You gotta get back and activate the chamber. The portal to your body is that shimmering dome. Go now. It's a double rainbow. It's so beautiful. I must become one with it. Oh, I love you guys. Alright. And now, the game begins in a real way because we're in the real world. We're in the world with shit happening.
Somebody smashed a talk. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona.
Now we'll get to make some dope decisions.
But look, he's healing already.
I mean, if you like the kind of fraught decisions Fallout has, you're in for a treat. Oh, knocked them out with our appearance. We're so baller. Alright, we need a voice for Allegern. Shit. Oh, what was that? What did you do, Kalasteg? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos writhing across his forearms. He wears a long dark coat belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? Him? No, we can do better than that for Kalasteg. You blame me? That's gonna be annoying. Someone mentioned Italian. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to the fantastic healing process, obviously, Allegern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your eyes to be sure you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, though some act and react to stimuli you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Kalasteg. His voice is grim and clipped. Then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal. We know that much. Stop talking. Stop talking.
His face is hard and set.
All right, gonna need some votes from y'all. I'm no ordinary mortal, what do you mean? Who are you? Where am I? How did I get here? Was I dead? Going for 3. As usual, to keep things moving, I'm gonna take the first votes that come in. Where am I? How did I get here?
You built the dome. Don't you recognize it?
You know, he's not a changing god, Allegan.
It's his face.
Oh, now he's French somehow.
I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly.
He's gonna be German and French whenever I feel like whichever.
He sighs and rubs his face, trying to regain his composure.
Yeah, maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the... This is gonna... Oh, I'll read the options for people. Alright, I'm gonna slip to my normal, generic female voice for Calisteg, because the reading is otherwise gonna fall apart.
You're familiar with the word changing, Allegern? It implies inconstancy.
Which, by the way, my female voice is just... be super breathy?
It implies inconstancy. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you're newly born. Calisteg says, her most solid self curtsies while others bow or spin. I and my sisters am Calisteg. This is Allegern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a cast-off. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, and then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his cast-off shell. Option 1, where are we? What is this place? Option 2, who is the changing god? Option 3, are there other cast-offs? Option 4, so you say I was born when the changing god left, why am I not dead? Option 5, before I woke I was in some kind of dreamlike labyrinth with a glowing specter. Number 6, if falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? There are plenty of characters. I'm sure we'll get to Canadian, Dominic. But I'm liking the combo of breathy and German French. 6, we got 2 votes for 6. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? Because I want to die. An excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they're primarily physical, a regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. As she speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow, you know this is a memory of the changing gods. So, you know what? I'm not going to recap the plot unless people start to say they're confused. Then I'll mansplain the plot, but hopefully you're following it, because it's pretty complicated and it's pretty dope, and I hope my voices aren't getting in the way of the actual information being transmitted. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Says one voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chambers works, it'll give us the power to stop the Sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst. The memory fades. Callisteg is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks like the Spectre had described it. A transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome, with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly is Natalie Imbruglia. In pieces on the floor. No? Yes? Okay. Callisteg says, or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the iron wind would also be devastating enough to... I think he gets the point, Callisteg. Alright, option 1. I saw a vision of myself in another time and place just now. You didn't see it too, did you? Option 2. Do either of you know anything about the sorrow? Option 3. Where are we? What is this place? Option 4. Who is the changing god? Option 5. Are there other cast-offs? Option 6. You say I was born when the changing god left. Why am I not dead? Option 7. Before I woke, I was in some kind of dreamlike labyrinth. Option 8. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber there? Remember, we're an asshole. I got to vote for 4. I'm going to let 1 or 2 more votes come in. 4 will give us a lot of crucial information. Dave Carter voting 1. Oh, we got 2 votes for 8. That's the only one that pulled ahead, so it's 8. Oh my god. Just, do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber over there? Allegern chuckles. Then, firm and certain, he says, "Oh, not likely. So it might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer you seek. Now is the time in Torment when we dance." Callisteg, her distaste evident in the expression of her echoes, although the face of the... Oh, I read that wrong and it got all fucked up. Her distaste is evident in the expression of her echoes, although the face of the one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You'd turn to the insane to help a newborn? Where's your judgment, Allegern? I would take him to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth? Huh, are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. 1. What's the Order of Truth? 2. What's the Cult of the Changing God? 3. Allegern, will you take me to the Cult of the Changing God? 4. Callisteg, will you take me to the Order of Truth? 5. I have some other questions. 6. Thank you for your help, but I'll figure it out on my own. We gotta vote for what's the Order of Truth. What's the Order of Truth? Knowledge seekers, the learned, who try to wrest secrets from the hearts of prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. Oh, that was Callisteg. All right, pretend Allegern said that. Our friend Allegern here was once one of them. All right, so Allegern was once a member of the Order of Truth. Although, apparently, he's changed his mind, because he now says, they are frauds, quacksalvers, and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I'd not trust them with the changing god's secrets. Now pet my monkey. Callisteg replies, you're just angry they couldn't help you with yours. Her echoes tinkle laughter. But I am being too cruel, dear Allegern. Let us take our new friend to the Order. 1. What is the Cult of the Changing God? 2. Allegern, will you take me to the Cult of the Changing God? 3. Callisteg. Oh, I think a bunch of people voted for thank you for your help, but I'll figure this out on my own. Okay. So we're foregoing companions and figuring this out on our own. I don't even want companions. I'll just do a solo RPG. Leave me alone. Allegern says, no, I will come with. Callisteg says, suspicious as always, Allegern. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it's full of dangers. Sexy dangers. Rest assured, any one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right in your behind. Alright, then let's go. Just shut up. Oh, they both joined. Nice. Okay, so now we've got both in our party. And, for the first time, we're in the real world and ambulatory. So now, it becomes a point-and-click adventure where you wander around and look at stuff.
I'm going to control this part without input from chat, because I know how the early chunks of the game go, and I'm going to get us through in an entertaining and efficient fashion. A slate-black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, a triangle of lights on its casing blazes to life and an image unfolds in your mind. I hope it's titties. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged gray landscape. Oh, it kind of is. The air is dead and stifling, and here at its emerald peak, come on nipples, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device or the intelligence within it says, each word carefully etched with distaste. What commands do you recognize? Thanks, Dave. Check in later. Bye, Dave. We'll see you soon. I hope. Maybe. The three lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me, it says smugly. Show me the list of commands slower, please. Bye, Wonelli. Thanks for joining the stream for a bit. If anything, the list pours through your mind even faster than the last time. Command me, the intelligence drawls. Alright. I forget if you can get anything from that, but it's not proving helpful at this point. Yeah, listen to Jackson. Like the stream before you go. Get small beans to be big beans. In case you're unaware, we're working on putting an indie feature film together at the moment. That's what I should be working on instead of this. If you head over to patreon.com/smallbeans, you can find out more about that. But let's explore the wide world of the Ninth World here in Torment, Tides of Numenera. I happen to know these metal hands are useful, so let's go here. A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Alright. 1, examine the cluster. 2, alright, vote for options whenever you feel like it will be funny or help me be dickish and crazy. But in the beginning part here, stuff that's inconsequential I'm just going to do. For example, we can smash this and get a weapon that's very good for an early game weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Shoink. We succeeded in that task. Success! You grip the hand nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance. It might make a decent 8-fingered mace. Okay, walk away. I'm going to go up to this thing that you don't know what it is. A matte black obelisk floats in midair above the water. It has sharp, curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the bay's faint breezes. Lean out to touch that obelisk, baby. You raise your hand toward the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. I knew someone who did what you're about to do, Alagurn says casually. An Aeon priest. A beam came out of the top of that thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Alagurn's a bitch, dude. Oh, hush. At least that poor priest died in the service of his curiosity, rather than stumbling about the coast complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead if you must, she tells you, ignoring Alagurn's glare. But do be careful. Reach out toward the obelisk again. Once again, a dull, malevolent light blooms from the obelisk as you extend your hand. Quick fingers yank your fingers away from the obelisk. Shoink. A beam of light streaks from the tip of the obelisk toward your hand, but you are faster, and it passes within a hair of your tingling tippies. As you watch the lisk for any further signs of danger, the glow fades. Alagurn lets out a low, appreciative Germanic whistle. You don't see people dodge light every day. Oh, touch my monkey. Leave the obelisk alone. Alright, I thought you could get something from that, but I guess you can't. I know you can get something from these 2 cones.
two floating cones whirl and spin deliriously around one another, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet burning leaves. All right, we're starting to get some of that good imagist writing I really enjoy in this game. All right, we're going to touch a cone. Of course. Shick-shoink. Succeeded on that. Success! You managed to graze one of them with a little tip of your fingertip tippy. Just the littlest tippiness of the tip grazes against the tip of the cone and your tips touch. Rorn, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. Rorn Michaels. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind on your face smells of scorched hair and grief farts. You gained 2 experience points. Your vision returns. The cones hang motionless for only a second before resuming their giggling dance. Right? Leave the cones alone. A big theme of this game is if you interact with mysterious technology once, you benefit, and if you try again, you die immediately. So that's a good rule of thumb. Although this cube hovers in the air, you can feel the ground shudder with its vibrations. Okay? Walking around, looking at stuff. The strange lines and rippling forms of the sunken buildings here are dramatically different from the architecture above the waterline. Uh-oh. Alright, here comes our first major action scene / talking our way out of it, but we're playing as an evil dick, so I doubt that's how it goes. Quoro. As you step onto what looks like the back of an enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wiry man with parallel scars from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. You recognize it as the Gamergate logo. He gives you a welcoming smile and says it's about ethics in journalism. He's about to say something else puerile when he notices Callisteg. Let's see, a voice for Quoro. Open your mind to me, Quaid. Cal! Cal! I thought you'd sworn off traveling the reef. Found anything tasty? His eyes travel up and down both you and Alagern. Odds and ends, Quoro. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. Her words are calm, but she has gone quite still. Option 1, Callisteg, is something wrong? Option 2, what do you want? Option 3, may we pass? Or option 4, let Quoro and Callisteg talk. A lot of votes for mansplain, but what does that mean to y'all? What would be mansplaining in this case? We got a vote for number 2. We got a vote for number 4. This is giving me time to get... Open your mind to me, Quaid. All right, number 4. Let Quoro and Callisteg talk amongst themselves. Vote for number 2. I think that's more bitchy. We'll go with number 2. Turn to Quoro. What do you want?
Right to the point, this one, isn't he? I know most of the draft that scavenges the reef these days, but it's a rare pleasure to see a new face. Skeksis want Gelfling's power, but all I want is information. A falling star landed near here long ago. I don't suppose you were around to see it?
I don't trust them, Alagern hisses in your ear, but loud enough that Callisteg can hear as well. Any friend of hers is a cheat, a killer, or both. What does that say about you, dear? Oh, burn, Callisteg. Killer or not, she whispers, Quoro is not a man who can be trusted with unvarnished truth. Tread lightly, bitch. Option 1, nice scars. How did you get them? Tell me how you got those scars. Number 2, what are those gloves for? Number 3, where did the star land? Number 4, it wasn't a star. Number 5, tell the truth. I fell from the sky. There was no star. Number 6, deceive him by saying, I'll be honest with you, I saw the star, but I don't know where it landed. Number 7, you're in my way. Move or I'll make you move. All right, we got votes for 7, 6, and 4.
That's 2 for 6, probably because it involves deception. 6 is in the lead. One more vote and I'll probably call it. All right. Oh, Russia votes for 7. So, bitch, you're in my way. Move or I will make you move. Quoro replies,
Ah, threats! Thank you so much! I've prepared a wonderful trap, and would have hated to see it go to waste.
Quoro clenches his gloved fist and signals his companions. You're gonna regret this.
What a shame,
Quoro says, glancing at his companions.
Now!
Crisis initiated. Alright, so we didn't want to learn. We just want to burn, and now it's our turn to spurn this draft, which is this universe's word for pieces of shit. These guys are real pieces of shit. We're going to try and kill them. Honestly, combat, least interesting part of this game, but it does break up, if you didn't have combat, it would just constantly be story decisions. So, an interesting thing about combat in this game, you can talk during combat. Like, you can actually you could talk to Quoro and different party members and not, you know what I mean? You can talk your way out of combat even mid-combat. I don't think there's a lot of RPGs that do that. Anyway, I'm interacting with this purple glowing thing. There's a shallow depression in the surface here, like many others scattered around the construct. Unlike others, energy still pulses across this one at random intervals. A slight yet implacable sense of unease emanates with each wave of energy. There's a loose lens at the center of this depression. You think you could redirect the psychic effects somewhere more useful, but it'll be tricky to get to it in between energy pulses. Alright, I'm going to consume my action and use our allure of mystical things to redirect the lens to shoot psychic energy at our enemies. With an 80% chance of success, we failed. Great, let's see what happens. With careful timing, it is easy to twist the lens to what is a more favorable position. The lens glows, warning of an impending energy pulse. The field of energy pulses outward, but the lens is not aiming at anything useful. It bursts into the air, sending a bubble of dust. Alright, so fizzles. We tried to blast them and it fizzled. I'm now going to run away from my companions, because I feel like that's what a dick would do. So, we're going to run like a coward would. After starting the fight. It is Alagurn's turn, and Alagurn's pretty badass, and he's a glaive, so he's just going to start beating the shit out of people. The higher chance of attack, the more damage he does, but the more points he uses. So we're going to go with a 90% chance of success for 5 damage. Boy! Shoink. What can Calisteg do? Let's look at her abilities. She's got Dimensional Superposition, which is a teleport move. She's got Hide, which everyone has, and she's got Transdimensional Onslaught, which hobbles someone and deals 5 transdimensional damage and can happen remotely. So let's shoot someone with a Psychic Onslaught. Quoro, why not? Fuck you, Quoro. We will hobble Quoro for 5 damage at 95% of success. Psychic Onslaught. Come, taste your death. Only $9.95 a minute, and $3.99 for each additional minute. Alright, Calisteg moved. Now it's their turn. That dude casts haste on Quoro. I actually find the combat mechanics in this very faithful to D&D, in the sense that you can actually do actions in combat in a more robust way than I think I've seen in almost any RPG. Alright, what else can we use to our advantage? I think the turret. So we're going to run to the turret and see what we can do with it. If I recall correctly, that's the thing. A long tube emerges from the plating of the dead construct and winds upwards. The duct terminates in a hollowed cone. Every few seconds, a minute drop of green liquid drips out of the end and steams as it strikes the ground. Natural lore skill check. The fluid is some kind of highly corrosive acid. It would do
Why you got to know about nature to understand that it's corrosive? All right. A round dial rests at the base of the cone, ringed by a thin crust of metal. It appears to be a valve that controls the flow of the noxious substance, but it looks like it hasn't been moved in centuries. Let's try and turn that valve and spray everyone with acid. 100% chance of success. Bingo, bingo, bango. That's what I was going for. Shikshoink. With a crack, the valve budges a centimeter. A thin stream of noxious fluid pours from the nozzle and hisses into the metal surface. You aim the ensuing spray. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, we got a whole cone attack up in this bitch. And much like a dick, I'm gonna accidentally hit Allegern and Calistag with acid, trying to hit our enemies. Sorry, Allegern. Let's see what his abilities are. Oh yeah, he's got living tattoos. Okay, so he's going to turn on his living tattoos, which his living tattoos start a feedback loop, which is a really cool combat skill. Every time he subsequently takes the same action again, it gets a bunch of buffs. So we're going to attack Gawain and continue to attack Gawain repeatedly, and it will start buffing way up. 60% chance to hit for 7 damage. We missed, but that's okay. Next time we try, we'll get a bunch of buffs. End turn. Calistag is going to attack Quoro. For what? 50 for what? Alright, 75% chance for 6 damage. And still a miss. Calistag, you suck at combat. Do you have any items or abilities we can use? No items. Any abilities? Alright, we're going to use Dimensional Superposition because it phases her, which means she'll be harder to hit. There she goes. Ixa is enraged. And hit us even though we're phased. Great. Good job, game. Thanks. We miss. They hit us even though we're phased. Tarspout. Shot Quoro. That Tarspout's got a mind of its own. Welcome, Broken Glasses. We're happy to have you. This is mostly a storytelling stream, but right now we got into a scrape and we got to get ourselves out of it. The last cast off will attack Ixa with that mace that we ripped off the silver structure earlier for 8 damage, 75% chance to hit. Flanked, Shikshoink, and they're down. Good, 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 good. Flee again. No, run at this guy screaming with your mace like a dick. Yeah! Okay, now it's Allegern's turn. He's going to attack Quoro. Oh, you're immobilized, bro. Oh, you're immobilized, dude. Oh, that's bad, bro. Okay, so heal Calistag since you can't do anything else useful. Now, now you're immobilized. Yeah, you're still immobilized, so you gotta end your turn. Calistag's gonna attack Quoro, but she's pathetic, so it's just gonna have a 55% chance to hit, and it missed. Fuck you, Calistag. End your turn. End your turn right quick. Tarspout's the most reliable member of the team. Alright, alright. Gawain. Gawain? Who's this over here? Vilnick. I'll deal with you later, Vilnick. Let's see, let's see. What can we do here? Oh, we have our special abilities. We also can use Onslaught. Let's Onslaught someone with fucking psychic mental damage. A Quoro. No, Gawain? Gawain's only got 7. Oh, Quoro's only got 3. Let's kill Gawain. That'll be more useful. Onslaught. You die now. Great. And then you run over here. Allegern, go kill Quoro.
Oh, you're still immobilized? You useless drist or draft or skist or whatever. Fine, heal yourself. Nothing else to do. Jeez. Heal me. No? No line of sight. Okay, then heal Calisteg. DT, I highly recommend it. It is a fabulous game. I'm glad you're here to check out the beginning of it with me, your humble host. This guy. Calisteg, you try to kill Koro. How about that? No? No line of sight? Walk over here then, dummy. Then kill Koro. Fucking no? Calisteg cannot hit shit. I'll tell you another unique thing about the combat in this game is everything's different than everything else. Like, because everything's so bespoke and custom designed, things very much feel like it very much feels like D&D. I guess that's the best I can describe it. It doesn't, every time you attack almost, you do something different, which is delightful, frankly. Rarely do you just churn the attack button, you know what I mean? Still immobilized? Dude, you suck. Okay, well then just keep healing everyone. There's nothing else for you to do. No, out of range. Out of range, out of hope, out of gas.
No idea. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, V-Siren. It is indeed the spiritual successor to Planescape Torment, and I did buy into the Kickstarter. Support artists and things that you like. Kill Koro. No, you're still immobilized? Then fuck you. Calisteg, kill Koro, alright? Please? Can you just kill Koro, please? Can you please kill Koro? How about 100% chance to hit so that this fight is over? There we go. We must get to Koro's corpso. The device implanted in his army that he used to deactivate the light bridges is ungoverned. Without his input, the bridge relays are fast becoming overburdened.
You know an awful lot about how this works. Is this a new trick of yours?
She shoots him a deadly glare. Shut up and help me disarm it before the entire construct explodes. Okay, now we gotta get to Koro's corpse, which we're already standing at. It is done. Uh-oh, here comes the explosion. Get there, get there. Loot that. Quick, 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 before it blows. Loot. We got some money. We got a cipher. We got, a couple ciphers, which are magical items. We got some usable things. We got a new weapon. Where's Koro again? Is that Koro? Is that the thing I need? Shin? Waller? Oh, fuck. If we don't get to Koro, this whole thing's gonna blow. And I'm not sure which... Are you Koro? I need Koro's body.
Sure.
There we go. The strong glass panel embedded in Koro's forearm is stained and blued. Beneath it, lights and indicators flicker in time with the spasmoids of energy at the deactivated bridge ends. At the deactivated bridge ends. Okay. Stream continues. Smash? Should we smash it? Shall we quickly open the panel and futz with the button? Or shall we figure out how the device properly works and use it properly? I think smashing is pretty much the way to go, given our character. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a 95% chance of success. Shick shoink.
Your heel falls on the device with a satisfying crunch. Ripping off the outer frame reveals an alarming amount of blood and wiring. Honestly, the blood's more alarming than the wiring. Inside the device, you see a gently flashing button. When you press it, the light generators hum back to life. Oh, here come our light bridges. Well, that was a fiasco. I hope you've learned something, kid. You can't trust her in any reality. Burn! Boom! Roasted! Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Quoro's plans? Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us? That's number Wang. And as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years, it's too convenient for me. Too convenient by far. They attacked me too, in case you missed that. Well, they didn't kill you. Maybe you intended for them to weaken us so you could stab us in our sleeps tonight. Alagern throws up a hand, forestalling Callisteg's retort. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we travel together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 28 hours a day. He turns to you. Are you coming, kid, or what? Option 1. Alagern, I really don't think she was betraying us. Callisteg, it was a little convenient. Or 3, you guys are really going to walk away from each other over this? Speaking of walking away, das ist number Wang. I'm going to re-pour my coffee, so I'll be back in 30 seconds while votes pour in. All right, what votes did we get? We got 2, 2, 3, 2. Twos have it. Callisteg, it was a little convenient. I think you're betrayed us. Don't be absurd. Even if I had any interest in betraying you, do you really think I would need Quoro's help? I would simply do the job myself. Why dilute potential profits by introducing a cut-rate mercenary to the equation? So you admit that you plan to profit off of him. Alagern gestures at Callisteg with his tattoo-covered arm. I told you she's not to be trusted. You haven't seen 1/10 of her depths, not 1/20th. She is a backstabbing bitch, and this mess here only proves it. Boom, roasted. Always a paragon of class, Alagern. This is the thanks I get for coddling you pain-rattled, judgmental weakness for far too long. I've had enough. She turns to you. Child, I'm happy to guide you, but I will not walk another step with this paranoid buffoon. Finally, something we agree on, he growls. Kid, she'll chop off your nutsack and spit down your scrot. I'll get you where you need to go and let you sleep at night, to boot. It's up to you. All right. Option 1, I'll go with Alagern. Option 2, I'd rather travel with Callisteg. Option 3, why can't I travel with both of you? Can't you just work it out? Option 4, I'll be fine on my own. I don't want to travel with either of you. The only vote we have is for 3. The least dickish answer. I am disappointed, Woe Nelly now. 4. I'll be fine on my own. I don't want to travel with either of you. You're right, but then the voices are dead. Oh, it didn't even occur to me. Well, we can go get them back, you guys. They are gettable at any time. But for now, in the interest of role-playing truthfully, get out of here. I don't like you. And I don't either like you either. Makes sense? No, he's not Scottish, he's German. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. He shoots a look fraught with meaning at Calisteg. If you change your mind, you can find me in the Underbelly. I travel around, but I'll keep an ear to the ground for you. On the other hand, if you'd prefer civilized company, you can find me at the Order of Truth. I'll be happy to aid your quest. But don't come with Alagern in tow. I will not suffer him again. The feeling is extremely mutual. Farewell, child. Come find me. All right. Pardon. We continue on our own, that is, into a new area. Let's explore this. Let's explore. I want to see the area. Yeah, Calisteg is DTF. Okay. So there's this huge area with tons of stuff happening, and I'm going to give you a few options. There's a public execution. There's a giant Cthulhu monster in a energy field. There's the marketplace. There's the Cult of the Changing God, which was mentioned before as a place to follow up on the main quest. Anyone have... Oh, there's someone named the Genocide. Zach votes more hentai, so... We could check out... Cult. I got a vote for the cult, vote for execution, vote for alien monster, so it's going to be one of those. Second vote for execution. Let's check out the execution first, and we'll go from there. Oh, another vote for the weird monster thing. Alright, we'll do execution, then the weird monster thing. Execution first. This guy at the back of the crowd, what's his deal? Tiber. Pacing the edges of the crowd is a paunchy old soldier with a swaggering stride. At the moment, however, his jauntiness seems overshadowed by worry, and he alternates between watching the execution and searching the crowd as if looking for a miracle. Then his eyes light on you.
I say, you look like someone who believes in justice. How'd you like to help a poor soul wrongfully condemned?
Alright, he sounds like he's trying to be a fancy boy. So I'm gonna make him French. What help do you need? To which Tiber replies, I don't need anything, but my friends there on the platform is dying. The nightmares his executioners have induced in him, they spill from him with every word he speaks, and wrap around him like the snake. He glances at the execution. I know there are but a few strands around him now, but in a few days' time, they'll choke the life from him. I cannot imagine a more horrible way to die. Well, that's not true. I have an imagination that would shame a sailor. He leans in. You'll need to be swift and willing to hold justice above law, but there is a way to save him, if you will hear me out. Option 1, who are you? Option 2, why is your friend being executed? Option 3, why are you helping him? Option 4, I want to talk to your friend. Option 5, what's your plan? Option 6, farewell. I'm vetoing farewell, because let's we want to get engaged in events. 3, why are you helping Reese? Is friendship not reason enough? He declares. Then his shoulders sag and he hangs his head. Actually, the truth to tell, there is more to it than that. I am partly to blame for him being up there, and guilt, she is a strong motivator, eh? She is a right cunt. So he's helping Reese because he feels guilty. It's his fault Reese is being executed. Second most votes was for 5. Alright. What's your plan? A simple one, but it requires nerve. Listen. He lowers his voice. It would be nothing for someone of your noble demeanor to masquerade as a city official and ask the council clerk for an archived copy of an old stay of execution. Once you have it, I'll write out a fresh one and add Reese's name. Then we'll present it to the overseer. Tout sweet, poor Reese will be set free. He kissed the girl. There you have it, a foolproof, risk-free plan. I guess I should have said be our guest. Alright, that's his plan, is to forge documents for a stay of execution. Option 1, that sounds like a risky plan. Option 2, where's the council clerk? Option 3, wouldn't it be simpler to talk to the crowd and convince them to rise up? That doesn't sound simpler. Option 4, alright, I'll help you. Option 5, I'm sorry, I can't help you. 3, wouldn't it be simpler to let's just get everyone mad and have them rise up? Tiber looks uneasy. Well, you are welcome to try, friend, but leave me out of it. Sagus Cliff's crowds are notoriously bloodthirsty, and the execution officials are not known for their sense of humor. You might regret it later, and you'd be alone when you did. Alright, we're going to try and cause a riot here. So let's see. Alright, I'll help you. Excellent! You will need a proper story and a badge of office. Fortunately, I have the first and you can buy the second from Sangolin, the clothing merchant in Government Square. Once you have a badge of office, you will tell the council clerk you are from the Judicial Oversight Committee looking into corruption in the communication of Capital Sanson. The stay you're asking for is that of notorious gangster Cole Cardin, who was mysteriously set free a few years ago. When you get Cole's stay of execution, I'll make a copy with Reese's name, you'll see, simple. Now, if you let me join you, I'd be happy to show you around the city. Okay, so we're going to try and cause a riot, not do this. But since he said, we also have the option of having him join our party or not. Do we want Tiber in the party? You guys liking the French voice? I will not be offended if you don't. I can try more voices. Eventually I'll stumble on a problematic one and we can cancel me like we've all been dying to do. Okay, he'll join the party. Thanks, Jackson.
It will be my pleasure, but let's hurry. There's not a moment to lose. Reese hasn't much time.
Alright, Tiber's in our party. We can drop him at any time. We're bringing him with for now, but we're going to talk to various people and try and cause a riot. So let's talk to the intrigued woman. This woman listens intently to the ravings of the man on the nearby dais, hanging on every word. She gives you a hesitant smile.
Can you understand it? I know he is speaking great wisdom, if only I could decipher it.
Option 1, what's happening here? Option 2, why is everyone watching this? Option 3, he's innocent. We're going to try and start a riot, so I don't need votes. We're going to do the things that will start a riot. He's totally innocent. You should rise up.
Oh no, that's terrible. But his words seem so wise.
Even if that were true, it's wisdom gained through another man's pain. Can it even be called wisdom? You would stand by and let an innocent man die just to gain wisdom? She purses her lips.
I didn't know. That would make me appear heartless, wouldn't it? To tell the truth, I still want to hear his words.
She spreads her hands.
Does it matter, Archie? He's gonna die no matter what I do. And what he says could be important.
Alright, we're gonna use our persuasion skill. As important as an innocent man's life? I don't think so. You should help me save him. Wisdom can be gained without harming each other. We're gonna give ourselves an 80% chance of success. Shikshoink! That's one more for the revolution, fam. The intrigued woman hangs her head.
You're right. I've put my curiosity above a man's life. I will rise up.
She starts screaming, justice! Let's talk to the horrified man, see if we can turn him. Come here, horrified man. Get in my crosshairs. Toggle, toggle, toggle. There he is. Correct, broken glasses. Edith Bunker, shout out. Horrified man. This man stares at the execution in utter horror. Alright, see if you can name what this voice is a ripoff of. He cannot look away. No crime deserves such a punishment. How can this be allowed? Maybe the horror of it will deter others from the crime. That's nonsense. Punishment for bad behavior won't change a man. Reward for good behavior is more effective, if that's what matters. This is nothing more than spectacles. An amusement for the masses. Why, if I had any courage... What if I joined you? Together we could give the city authorities what they deserve. He looks at you frightened. Punish the punishers? Are you saying we should interrupt the execution? Well, you said the punishment should not be allowed. Did you mean it? Can a just man stand by when injustice is law? The man seems to shrink in his skin. My friend, I am a coward. I always have been, but you're right. If a man does not stand by his beliefs, what is he? I will do it for justice. That was Slim Pickens. That is my version of a voice originated by Slim Pickens. A voice copied by many cartoon characters in various movies. Okay, now let's talk to the excited man. He's going to be hard to deter, because he's just here because he likes watching executions. This man watches the execution with fever in his eyes. He shakes his fist. Blood, traitor! Traitor to the city! As you approach him, he gives you a savage grin filled with toothy fangs. Nothing better than seeing a traitor die. Option 1, what exactly is happening here? Option 2, why is... Oh, we gotta go with 3, because we're trying to start a riot, people. Do you even care if he's a traitor, or are you just, like, watching people get tortured to death? That's weird. You're not Mega. The excited man snarls at you. How dare you? It's justice that is important to me. Protecting my city. Then I'd think you'd be interested in making sure the real traitor gets caught, dummy. Are you saying this man is not a traitor? Then he doesn't deserve to be up there. His eyes narrow. What do you know that I don't? We will use our deception skill to say, this poor fool took the fall for somebody else. It's a mockery of Sagus' pride. We should free him. 80% chance of Shoink. And failure. We failed. What do you say? Oops, I gotta scroll up because I missed it. The man looks at you thinking, then shakes his head. No, this has nothing to do with justice. You are just a soft-hearted fool who wants to free the villain from the pain he deserves. You won't sway me, you simp. You boot-licking cock, you libtard. Get away from me. Let me count how many ways I have triggered you. A 1, a 2. And then we leave. Okay, so we only got 2 out of 3 of the people to rise up, which I believe means we cannot succeed. Let's try him one more time. Nope, I told you I won't help. Get away from me. Damn. Let's try Unmoved Woman. Can we fuck with her? We want a riot. If we can get 3 out of 4, maybe we can still get a riot. This woman stands at the back of the crowd, arms crossed and eyes cool as she watches the slow execution. Unlike the others, she is also watching the people in the crowd. She shakes her head. Depressing. The bears. Depressing. Okay, option 3. If you find it depressing, why are you watching it, idiot? God. I was just walking by. I don't know why I stopped, really. Something in her manner makes it feel like there's more to it than that, however. You say, you stopped because you want to do something. You want to be that one that makes a difference. She stands up straighter, but says, Oh, me? Oh, what can I do? I'm a nobody. All I can do is watch. Then you say, Nuh-uh. Dummy, Many in the crowd are ready to act out. They outnumber the levies 4-1. All you have to do is lead them. She looks around at the others you convinced and seems to gather courage.
You're right. Something's gotta be done. With numbers on our side, we can do it. I'm ready.
She steps forward. Let's end this, she says. They're all shouting, let him go, let him go. Let's end this. Okay. Now I gotta talk to Yeen, the Overseer. Yes, Genuine Entropy, that was a cross between Snagglepuss and the Cowardly Lion, who are basically the same. Yeen, the Overseer. A stout, middle-aged man stands atop the execution platform. He wears the badge of a city official, and a fringe of dreadlocks hangs down to his shoulders from his otherwise bald pate. He gives you a disinterested look as you approach.
Please, stay back with the others. Please, stay back with the others.
There it is. Who are you? He bows slightly.
I am Yin, Overseer of Capital Punishment, charged by the Council with organizing public executions and making sure they run smoothly.
That man over there told me he was involved in Riss's crimes. The official follows your pointing finger and frowns.
Tiber, the war hero? Nonsense! I've had drinks with the man. He just has a passion for justice.
Well, how do I make a riot start? I want to start a riot. Who are you again?
Yin, I already said that.
Okay, farewell. Bye. How do I start the riot? Oh, talk to the levy. Here we go. This man is large and broad-shouldered, and his steel armor is painted in the silver and indigo colors of Sagus cliffs. He seems to be an ordinary soldier or constable of the city. Too ordinary, perhaps. As you scan his face, you see that his features are plain, forgettable, almost generic. Not only that, his eyes are a little too large, his smile too firmly fixed upon his face. Will you let me pass? Regrettably, I cannot. The soldier's smile doesn't leave his face. By order of the slave families, I must prevent anyone from approaching the condemned man. He gestures toward the wretched figure on the dais, who appears to be speaking nonsense as his body is slowly wrapped in his own rotting entrails. You must be new to this city to ask such a thing. Allow me to welcome you to Sagus Cliffs, visitor. He speaks the final word like a title, almost an honorific. I am a levy. You may rely upon me and others like me for protection and assistance at the discretion of the council and the slave families. I don't want to ask this dude a bunch of questions. I want to start a fucking riot. I'd like to go up on the platform. I am privileged to inform you that you cannot. The levy manages to make it sound like a piece of excellent news. If you wish to discuss it further, please direct your inquiry to the official in charge. Farewell. Alright, I can't figure out how to start a riot, so we're going to move on to the Cthulhu monster for now and come back to that. That one was Galaxy Quest Aliens. Good call, Genius Entropy. Let's talk to Canadu. This large, bald, broad-shouldered man turns to face you. You freeze. It's not his dark cloak or his sledgehammer. It's that beneath his mustache and goatee, he's so ugly that he'd scare his own mother in a dark alley, merely by hammering her skull in. He gives you an abrupt nod, and you get the distinct impression that here stands a man who enjoys the boredom of standing guard, and the company of his own thoughts. Aye, nothing. Australian accent, here we go. No, nothing to say here until you pay El Hinto, he says, when it's clear that you aren't moving on. Yeah, that was no good. I'll have to find, I'm out of accents. With that, he returns to gaze at the distant sea. Well, I'm burning my worst accents on characters I know we're not going to talk to very much.
Nothing to say here until you pay El Hinter. How about option 1, baby? What's the thing in the cage? It's a knife in Numenera, he says. El Hinter, tell you more about it, if that's what you want. And how did you capture it? Option 2, how does the cage hold it? Option 3, where do you and your partner come from? Where is El Hinto anyway? I have questions about the city. I'm looking for someone who can repair a device. Or farewell. Let's just go talk to El Hinto. How about that? He's right there, after all. El Hinto, in front of you is a weary traveler whose grim visage is mostly obscured by a pointy hat. Upon closer inspection, the lines on his face indicate he has seen much and has many tales to tell.
Hello there, friend.
No? Let's see. What fucking voice have I not used? God damn it. I burned Dracula way too fast.
Hello there, friend, he says. Here to see the Ninth of Meron, my friend in the cage over yonder. Or do you reckon you'll just spend a word or two?
Option 1, I want to see the creature up close. Option 2, going for Sam Rockwell. Thank you, oh Nelly Nell Nell.
Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you.
I have some questions about your Ninth of Meron. I'm looking for someone who can repair a complicated device. Anyone got a vote? I want to see the creature up close, I think would be my vote. Yeah, we're going for it. I want to get close to the thing. Sam Elliott? Yeah, there's some Sam Elliott in there. Mr. and Mrs. Finkelstein.
Your curiosity does you credit, friend. It'll only cost you 25 shins.
Ooh, I'll try Rod Serling next. Persuasion, that's too much. I'm the only one in line. Just 10 shins it should cost only. Shikshoink. Success.
Well, all right. Always nice to meet a fellow barterer. Visit our guest whenever you reckon you're ready, partner. Worth every shin, I promise.
All right, so we can visit the alien Cthulhu squid whenever we want. Farewell. Let's approach the alien Cthulhu squid.
The cage in which the creature floats is a simple frame that contains a shimmering, nearly transparent cylinder of energy. It emits a low hum, barely audible, that sets your teeth on edge. The container is a delicate filigree of ornate materials with no apparent controls, but surely they must be hidden somewhere in the traceries and protrusions of the wirework. You approach the cage cautiously. The monster within looks like a fungal blob mated with a muscular ichthyoid. Its multiple tentacles terminate in syringes, needles, and injectors. This mass sits atop and is integrated with a floating orb of some type. It seems to be both mechanical and biologic-wa, one system flowing smoothly into the next, like an excellent orgy. The energy field darkens proactively and automatically as the creature throws itself at its wall, thrashing and striking mindlessly with its needle-tipped tentacle dicks. The darkening is almost a strobe-like effect. You start to dance. Even as you do so, one of its tentacles coils back and blasts furious plasma at the walls of its cage. Now we're Raven. The cage holds, but the shields dim to prevent any radiation from the blast from escaping. Okay. What are you? If anything, the creature redoubles its efforts to kill you. Its limbs are a fury of rage. Okay. Why are you here, thing? What are you? Why are you here? It draws away from the edge of the energy field for a moment, as if gathering its thoughts. And then it launches at you, rebounding off the solidity of the cage. Tentacles flail wildly, the needles glinting and oozing. Examine the cage.
The cage appears to be made of a mixture of synth spun strong glass and generic fantasy object descriptors. Energy shifts and flickers among the crevices, being shaped by the form of the materials. Your closer examination reveals a small panel worked cunningly into the frame of the cage. Some of the filigrees here are worn and smooth, as if slowly eroded by friction. Perhaps these are the controls. Touch the smooth spots on the panel. The cage's hum dips lower for a moment, throbbing almost at the limit of your hearing. Your bones and teeth ache briefly, and everyone within 3 meters claps their hands to their ears. Canadu. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, Canadu is Charlton Heston.
Are you trying to kill us all? Leave that damned cage alone, you damn dirty ape.
He shoves you away from the cage.
You even know what'll happen if that thing gets free.
Okay, like a dick, I'm gonna try and free the thing. Uh-oh. Canadu's gonna attack us if we keep touching the panel. Alright. We'll leave it alone. So I'm gonna do what I know will make this interesting, and go talk to Beliazar, who's this guy right here. Someone suggested a Rod Serling voice. Okay, I'll try and do a Rod Serling. Let's see. Beliazar will be Rod Serling. Beliazar. This thin, fidgeting Aeon priest shoots furtive, sidelong glances at the creature in the nearby cage while humming a nonchalant tune. When he sees that you're watching him, he flinches. Over the course of a few frantic breaths, this seeming pussy embodies embarrassed anger, and he opens his mouth to shout at you. All right, Rod Serling. Fuck. Okay, Rod Serling. Imagine if you will. Yes, what is it? What is so goddamn fascinating about me that you feel the need to stare? Option 1, you seem nervous. Option 2, what do you know about the creature over there? Let's go with that. What do you know about that thing that I was touching and I tried to let it out and they wouldn't let me let it out? What do you know about it? Why are you looking at it? What? Beliazar says, jumping. He then takes a breath and struggles to sound offhand. It's a Numenera, a biomechanical creature, an information gatherer in fact. He seems to calm down as he warms to the topic. They are dangerous, though. You can only speak to them at night. During daylight, they'll attack without provocation. The Twilight Zone. Not great. I'm trying my best. Number 1, you seem nervous. Number 2, you're planning something, aren't you? Or number 3, repeat the information we just saw. I'm going to assume 2. Makes the most sense. You're planning something, aren't you? Beliazar weighs the intent of your words with narrowed eyes. Are you with the Order of Truth? Or just snooping? That was a little like Moira from Schitt's Creek, but okay. Or just snooping, David. Deception. Wait, what? How do you do the Moira? I used to have Moira down from Schitt's Creek. Johnny, are you with the Order of Truth? Or just snooping? Okay, we'll deceive. Naturally, we'll deceive. Obviously, I'm a friend of the Order, and I'm here to help you with your thing. Just tell me what your thing is. God. Tell us about your stupid thing. Shikshoink. Beliazar. Really? You can see the doubt on his face, but it quickly gives way to relief. I had thought they would have sent someone by now, but you'll have to suffice. I'm working on something dangerous and important. Beliazar glances around the plaza as if looking for spies, then he beckons you to him. Shh! I have a device, he says in a hoarse whisper that can probably be heard from meters away. If someone can get close enough to affix it to the creature's cage, it will activate and teleport the Numenera to the Reef of Fallen Worlds. He snickers and rubs his hands together. And then... what, you'll kill it? Me? No, Beliazar says, beaming. Not me. Biomechanical organisms fascinate me, and Nycthamerons doubly so. I've never gotten to examine one up close. So, he lowers his voice, I want you to teleport the creature out of its cage. Kill it and bring me the memory organ. Alright, so he wants us to teleport this thing, go kill it, and bring him its brain. Should we say... What should we say? Option 1, you want me to kill it for its brain? Isn't that murder? Option 2, how does the teleportation device work? Option 3, this sounds easy. I just walk up, plant the device on the creature's cage, and activate it. Option 4, I do not want to help you steal the creature. Option 5, alright, give me the device, I'll do it. 5, alright, I agree, 5. Yo, whatever, just shut up and give it to me, I'll do it. God. Beliazar. Here it is, he says, handing it over and nervously licking his lips. Be very, very careful. I don't have another one. I don't know why he became Elmer Fudd, but he did. We've already paid the guy, so we can go up to the cage. So we go back to the cage and plant the device. The Nycthameron seems to sense your approach and reacts predictably, thrashing and flailing. Its struggles are fruitless. The cage holds it fast. Oh wait, Dominic is right. Real quick, let's ask number 3. Hey giant monster, what do you know of this place? A dim light builds underneath the Nycthameron, the orb at its base glowing brighter and brighter. 2 tentacles stroke the orb, and they pull out a streamer of bright lightning. Is this thing coming at me right now? They stretch it between themselves, building in intensity. Then they hurl it at you. Yep, it's coming at me. The walls of the cage darken instantly, and when they lighten again, you see the monster within flailing and crashing. Alright. It cannot understand human language, so we're going to affix the device to the panel. With a 100% chance of success. Chick-shink! You place Beliazar's trinket on the cage near the worn panel. Legs extrude from it, molding themselves to the shape and texture of the cage's materials. Lights flicker up and down its length. You back away from the cage slowly as the lights gain speed, duration, and girth. The light show on the cage ends as suddenly as it started, but the Nycthameron inside begins to glow, its skin's color sliding across the spectrum, and it dissolves from the outside in, unraveling in time. We lost our teleport nodule. An audible pop accompanies its disappearance as air rushes in to fill the place where it existed, and Xanadu's head snaps around at the noise. He rushes over, followed by his partner. What happened here? What the fuck did you do? His hand snaps out faster than you'd believe possible and snatches at your collar. Where did my goddamn Nycthameron go? El Hinto. Wait, what voice was El Hinto? I forget. Oh, Cowardly Lion? I forget. Blah, let's not be hasty, Xanadu. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for this. He shoots you a look, measured and full of menace. I would hope that our friend here can provide it. Number 3. You can't prove I had anything to do with it. Xanadu. This is no court of law, and you're no Skullark to argue your innocence, you damned lack nibbler. Did you or didn't you see what happened here? I released it. El Hinto, his weathered face cracks open in surprise. Ew! Oh, that's El Hinto. What was he? Was he French? No, Tiber's French. I fucking forget what voice El Hinto had. You what? You released him? What's the deal with... No, I can't. I have no Jerry Seinfeld. That's Adam Ganser you're thinking of. You what? You released him? Where? How did you even get past the cage's controls? Do you realize what you've done? How dangerous that creature is? He turns a despairing gaze toward his partner. Oh, Aussie, that's right. Okay, thank you, DT. We'll get it right. Oi! You what? You released him? Where? How'd you even get past the cage controls? Do you realise what you've done? How dangerous that creature is? He turns a despairing gaze toward his partner, whose expression is grim and unforgiving. If this cage can't hold a Nike Thermoiron, it can't hold a god. We'll have to make it better. Look, Polly Underlay, I never said I could do Aussie. It was thrust upon me. Canadu. Decades of work. Centuries for nothing. He pokes a finger at you. You're a fool. You're a worthless scrapping of filth, best left to dry out in the sun. You're a pig. You're an inconsiderate pig. And if it weren't for the levees here, you'd be scraping your brains from the grass. Someday your luck will fail, and you'll find yourself defenseless against your own stupidity. I hope I'm there to see it. But for now, well, you ruined our profits and countless lives. Hope you're happy. Time for us to go.
You just discovered a weakness in the cage, so you're welcome. I was like troubleshooting your cage for you. El Hinto is too angry to speak, but his partner nods at you and places a hand on his friend's shoulder. It's not so bad as all that, mate. At least we've learned something, oi? We've exposed a weakness, yeah? Even if it's not quite the way we wanted to find out, perhaps we've something of gratitude down under. He laughs. Maybe that gratitude comes with time. Right now, much like Stream, I am furious, mate. I'm pissed off. Canadu. The two of them begin packing their gear wordlessly and efficiently. El Hinto weighs the coin purse and shakes his head when Canadu looks at him. As the two pass you, Canadu looks like he's about to add something, thinks better of it, laughs to himself, and spits at you. That is the kind of response we are hoping for most of the time. Good job, team. Okay, so we're stalled out at the execution until we explore more, and we've dealt with the alien thing. Now, we can go fight the alien thing immediately, but we will get our asses handed to us, and that will actually be boring because the game will just start over. So let's find something else to explore. So, cult, genocide, or Underbelly? Oh, never mind. The game decided for us. The cult is going to engage us. Look! It's one of the Death Cheater's vessels. What fortune, what joy. Can it really be? Casmine will want to see you, vessel, and Mimian, too. Alright, I guess we better talk to the cult since they're here. Hi, Casmine and Mimian. Casmine, as you approach the duo, you see that they are arguing heatedly but quietly. The petite woman turns toward you. Her hair is unusual, a light, almost yellow color, and her bright eyes dominate her pretty face. Just so delicate and elegant and pretty. She opens her beautiful lips and says, "Excuse me, sir. My friend and I were having a discussion and..." Her eyes fall upon your tattoo, and her breath catches audibly in her throat. Her partner is an unnaturally tall man, gaunt and sour-faced, his voice sonorous, with fingers that twitch and weave through strange contortions. Occasional light sparks in the air as he does. He turns to you and opens his mouth to speak, registers your tattoo and closes it again. His throat bobs for a moment, and he says, "Cockney after a few pints? I can do that." Let's see. Cockney. Oi, governor. Right. "'Tis an honour, governor. I'm the most upstanding chimney sweep in all of Planescape." Mimian collects himself. "If I might impose on your time for a moment, will you tell me about your tattoo? How'd you shape it, Vicar? Do you know why it differs from the others?" I can only do one British accent, and it's the posh, old-fashioned London accent.
"If I might impose upon your time for a moment, will you tell me about your tattoo? How did you shape it? Do you know why it differs from the others?"
Others? What, you mean the other cast-offs?
Yes, revered one, your siblings. He bows deeply, and his fingers spark with a repressed joy. You are a child of the changing god. His mind saw the world through your eyes. He gained knowledge of your body, as he has done countless times over the centuries. The tattoo on your head marks you. We theorize it has a role to play in his creation of you, his cast-off shells. You're welcome here, revered one. We stand ready to serve as we can. Have you any questions for us?
Option 1, who are you? Option 2, what can you tell me about the city? Option 3, do you know anything about the sorrow? Option 4, tell me about the tattoo again. Option 5, what can you tell me about my sire? Option 6, do you know anything about a device called a resonance chamber? Or, farewell. First vote that comes in, we'll go with. Ding, 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 ding. You guys picked cult. Someone better have an opinion. 6. Do you know anything about a resonance chamber? I woke up in one. It was broken. Tell me about it. Friggin' tell me about it.
Rumor and conjecture. Nothing more. Idle speculation from those who wish to pretend to knowledge of your sire's motivations, passed along as fact.
He leans out to touch you.
Have you seen it? Do you know where it is? What it does?
Yeah, the resonance chamber's in the Reef of Fallen Worlds under a broken dome, dummy.
Oh, truly? Oh, Mim, we gotta organize an exploratory party. Just think, we might be among the first to touch it. And perhaps to learn from it.
Nimian's voice is a gentle rebuke.
No, we should focus on uncovering and celebrating his hidden accomplishments, Kaz, not prancing around his existing creations like superstitious savages.
He waves his finger, and with that, an epiphany seems to break in his mind. He looks sharply at you now, all distraction gone.
I do not recognize you, he says. You do not match any descriptions we have recorded.
Casman snaps her fingers as if she's finally figuring out a mystery.
Wait, let me remember your face.
She studies you carefully. I'm sorry, I'm getting British in the narration. She studies you carefully.
Oh my, you're new. Are you the changing god? Can it be?
She reaches out to touch your sleeve and pulls her hand back quickly. So if you haven't been following the story, we are not the changing god. We are a cast-off, which is a body that the god inhabited at one point and then left. So should we lie and say that we are a god, or tell the truth and say we are not a god? Polly votes for I am a god. Couple votes for... No, just one vote. Alright, Polly takes the day. I am the changing god. Mimian gives a short, curt nod and then studies you carefully.
Then tell me truly, please. Do not deceive us, for we will know. Are you the changing god himself, incarnate here before us?
Yes, I already said that.
You're not a cast-off? One of his children? I knew it.
Her hungry eyes are adoring. She hardly seems to blink.
Kaz, I would welcome the opportunity to question our inspiration directly, but kindly remember that we've been deceived before.
He turns to address you.
If you truly are he, perhaps you can settle this question for us.
He gestures toward the clock behind him.
Dark figures circumambulate these clock faces. I theorize that your creation of the time shields that protected the city established a connection with your future selves, or perhaps your wisdom brought them here. Whatever the truth, we believe those figures may be cast-offs, or ghosts of cast-offs, perhaps. The living shell, losing the accent, the living shells of the bodies you have worn previously. But the clock has become unmoored in time, you see. We do not have a knowledge pip-pip sufficient to investigate, cheerio. But you might. You created the clock. If you are who you claim, you should be able to align it with the present time as easily as I would bugger a muppet.
and uncover who these figures are. Option 1. I'm not interested in fixing the clock, or I will in order to prove that I'm a god. So do we prove that we're gods, or do we say I'm not really interested in that? I'll take votes for 10 counts of 1. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. That's 10 counts of 1. People voted for 2. Final, fix your clock.
We've tried ourselves. I have appealed to the order of truth. I have spoken with the eminent seekers of knowledge. We have sent for wisdom from as far away as over there. A great achievement, you must agree. None have given us an answer. Perhaps, dismay dances across his fingers, perhaps memory of your creation will come to you, sorry.
His hungry-eyed compatriot steps in. Perhaps you can find an answer where others have failed. She turns away. You'll have our boundless gratitude, revered one. You had questions about some resonance chamber, you said? Well, we can help you. But first, you must investigate the clock and figure out its insides. Or else, we will turn from your words. Alright, so the cult will believe we're a god if we fix the clock. So I'm going to go look at the clock. This complex machine towers over you. Its purpose is unclear, but the 3 circular faces set into the ground remind you of... That's right. You guessed it. Clocks. Something is wrong with the machine, however. It's partially transparent, shimmering in the air when you look directly at it. The clock faces seem to show several different times at once. Humanoid silhouettes ripple beneath the central clock face. One places his hand against the face, as though it were slapping it. They seem to be watching you. Shall we high-five the person who's reaching out, examine the machine, or step away from the clock? I'm gonna high-five this dude. Your hand passes straight through the clock face, the figures, and the entire structure as if the machine were not even there. As you pull your hand away, a memory strikes you as powerfully as if someone had struck you with a memory. You're working at the clock. It is no longer transparent, but perfectly solid. There's a noise behind you. Ah, so they've come, the 3 traitors. They think to surprise you, but through the powers of the clock you have foreseen this moment. There's the faintest sound of metal sliding against leather. You slap a hand on the central cock face, activating the cock's arcane powers. You're not sure what it will do to them, but it's better than what they'll do to you. You know what I'm saying? There's a flash. Arcs of energy stretch out from the cock, over your shoulders to your would-be attackers. You don't see what happens to them, but they quickly disappear, along with their creams. As the last shreds of the memory fade, a swirl of energoire passes through your body. Cold barbs prick your every prick. Suddenly, tidal forces arc from the cock to 3 ancient devices in the cultist encampment. The cock recognized something inside you. Or maybe vagina versa. Either way, you have inadvertently activated one of the nearby devices. Alright. So it sends out these streams of energy to these 3 little devices buried in the ground. Let's check one out. Uh-oh, another memory. Circus Minor, that's the name of this neighborhood, changes around you as you approach this device. People are dressed differently and speak differently. Whole new structures appear, including an enormous building rising from the edge of the square. Your innate xenophobia flares. You look down at the device. A series of images flit across its surface. They don't appear related to the changes around you. You see faces of other people and other places, all of them familiar. Look more closely at it. Circus Minor looks completely different. All the people are dressed strangely, and though they speak the truth, that's the name of common, the common language in this world, they use many terms and phrases that you don't understand. The square has changed as well. All of the tents are gone. The buildings are more colorful and less weathered. One building in particular rises from the edge of the square, a tower of purple rock 50 stories high. A mural's painted on the side, though you can't see the details from here.
All right, examine the images on the surface of the device. By the way, I'm just solving this puzzle because I know the answer, so you can just enjoy the ride. As soon as you focus on them, you feel a warmth on your head where your tattoo is. I'm very Harry Potter right now, you guys. The images respond to your thoughts, slowing and changing at your whim. It's something about your body that allows you to do this. Something new, something pubescent. You immediately recognize the pictures as pieces of memory, specifically the 3 memories you saw in the fathoms of your mind. Fathoms of your mind. If you remember, that was that weird swirly space where we met the Scottish Spectre. Let's look at the memory that was in the underwater city when we had gills. This memory is recent. Okay, I'm just solving the puzzle. So basically, these 3 projectors project different time periods, and it's like a code, and you lock in the memories that represent each time period. So if you remember, in our brain, when we were inside our own brain, one of our memories during the character creation process was about swimming around underwater and having gills. That's the memory associated with this column. Now I want to leave the device, go to the other device. Basically, they represent the distant past, the recent past, and the even more recent past, and you have to lock them in the correct sequence. So in order to do that, I'm going to look at all the different memories. So let's look at the changes around you here. So in this, when you touch this device, you're flooded with this memory. Changes are difficult to notice at first, but after a moment you figure it out. Circus Minor is the same, but the crowd is different. Most of the people in the stalls and buildings are not the same as those you've seen around the square. Those few you do recognize are younger by several years, okay? And we'll leave that device alone. So that sounds like the recent past, and the previous one's the distant past, because the buildings were all different and we didn't recognize the language. And let's see what this one's deal is. As you approach the device, Circus Minor is thrown into chaos. Buildings are on fire. People are screaming and running while armored soldiers hunt them. None of them pay any attention to you, even though you're awesome and baller. It's some of the vision, not reality. You glance down at the device. A series of images flit across the surface. Look more closely at those changes. Circus Minor is under attack. Squads of armored soldiers roam the streets, hunting and killing anyone they find. Mobs flee in terror with only a few hapless souls trying and failing to fight them off. The soldiers are completely encased in jagged metal armor. You can't even tell if they're human. Looking beyond the carnage, the square in this vision looks wildly different. Many of the buildings that are on fire don't exist at all when you step away from the device. So this is the distant past. Okay, so now let's lock them in, baby. The Lush Valley. Somehow you know this memory's from a long time ago, centuries ago. Okay? And when the city was under siege, this memory is ancient, even longer ago than a long time ago. So that's the city under siege is the one we want to lock into this device, for sure. Lock in the ancient memory of the besieged city. Done. Leave this device alone. Okay? As you can see, there's like an energy tether that is activated now. So I think you got the puzzle. You figured it out. So I'll just punch in the answer and we'll see what happens. So this memory, this was the one, not the underwater city. This was the Lush Valley memory. Yep. Lush Valley, locked in. Gotta lock that Lush Valley down. I locked my Lush Valley down. Her name's Jennifer. Okay, and lock in the pretty recent memory of the underwater city, which is what I call my taint area. As you lock the third image in, the air around the device trembles. Other devices in the square begin to glow as though they're about to do something. Just as suddenly, the glow fades. The image you had locked on this device flickers, and the 3 memories flit across its surface once more. It's reset itself. Fuck, I switched up the valley and the... Well, now, here's a question. Should we... I accidentally switched the valley and the underwater city. Should we lock the answer in correctly and solve the puzzle? Or should we take this new option to simply smash the device open because it didn't do what we wanted the first time? Solve or smash? That's the vote I need. Solve or smash? Remember? This is nominally an evil, dickish, crazy run. think you know what the answer is. Thank you! Smashing. We will try and smash into this thing with a 65% chance of shikshoink. Shikshoink! You strike the machine. After a particularly mighty blow, a section near the base caves in on itself and shattered pieces of synth spill out of the hole. The device goes dark. The images are gone, and so are the weird echoes of Circus Minor's past. You've definitely broken it. Around the cultist encampment, the other two devices darken as well. But the clock does become solid. It no longer appears to be in multiple time periods at once. As the clock returns to solidity, a strange thing happens in the sky. The sun races to the horizon and disappears, and Circus Minor is enveloped in darkness. Oddly, buildings in the distance beyond the edges of the district still appear sunlit. Oh no, we made it eternal night in this area. I wonder if they'll be happy with that. I've never done that. I didn't know that could happen. That's awesome. It is now eternal night. Alright, let's go see what our cult leaders think of us. Hey, I fixed your clock. By smashing it. Hey, was the nighttime something you did? I don't think this was part of the ideal functioning of the clock, but Mimian would know more than me. She looks strangely disappointed. You broke the clock! His eyes gleam and his fingers stop their incessant tapping. I knew it! I knew it! A new deceiver walks among us. Do you doubt my perception now? He turns to his partner and says. But we do owe you the answers on which we agreed, don't we? As soon as you tell us what you saw. Aye, but you haven't completed your task. Our agreement's not yet complete, Deceiver. Deceiver? Return when you fix the clock, they said. Oh, okay. I guess I'm not done. Performer? Creature? Did someone say a creature? I didn't see a creature. I'm gonna go talk to the clock again. The machine is solid now. Each of the 3 clock faces shows a single time, though none of them point to any time measurement that you understand. You lean closer to the central clock face. 3 shadowy figures lurk within, their features almost discernible now. Suddenly, the figures surge out of the clock toward you. Intense pressure strikes your head like a steel spike, and everything goes black. Alright, after we solve this little arc, we'll go talk to Rin and we'll do the slave trading arc so you guys can really make some fraught moral decisions. We'll get Iritus and we'll get... Ooh! Look, we're in Vargellen, which is an MC Escher staircase that goes down eternally. I like that. Whee! Alright, let's talk to... Camos. Camos is gonna need a voice. The 3 figures before you are disoriented. They don't even seem to notice at first. All 3 of them have a tattoo like yours. They are cast-offs. Oh no, Camos isn't the fish person. We switched Irish to Scottish, so Irish is still in play. Oh, David Attenborough? That's kind of the British I'm doing. Nature. What fellas? What fellas? There we go. The woman is dressed in powerful-looking armor. Her face bears several scars, yet her eyes have the innocence of a child. Did he do something? Are we still in the clock? I do not believe so. The second figure is tall, dressed in black. Its height is exaggerated further by a violet fish-like crest on top of its head. Its large yellow eyes are squinted, scanning all around. There was a man outside the clock, but it wasn't... Oh, I can't really do a Sandler, but I'll try if I run out. Broken glasses. Villain. Sounds like a villain. It was him! The third figure points at you. He is small, wiry, and tense, as though he expects danger. He carries a shield on his back. He's a cast-off, he says, looking at your tattoo. I can't say I recognized him, though. What are you talking about?
We were ingested into your head. I saw it. How is it possible?
He eyes you suspiciously.
Who are you?
Option 1, I'm a cast-off like you. I'm the latest one. Option 2, I'm a cast-off like you. Option 3, nobody. I'm a victim. I don't know what's going on. Option 4, I'll ask the questions. Well, we're being a dick, so we're a Chad. I'll ask the questions here. What are you doing inside my time cock? Chemos replies. I already forget what voice. Oh, yeah. Aye, a fair challenge and a fair question. We thought to catch our sire off guard, and perhaps we did, but he was still too quick. He did something, subsuming us into that clock of his. We've been trapped in there for days now. Not fish voice, but, oh yeah, Peter Lorre.
I think we might have been trapped in that clock for centuries, Gamos. Something about it messed with our perception.
The Vargellan looks up at the ceiling, or where the ceiling would be if there were one.
Time is an illusion. How long is the wrong question?
It turns its enormous bulbous eyes to you.
What is this place? Where are we?
Probably inside the clock. Villon laughs.
Oh no, believe me, perceptions or not, we've spent enough time in the clock to know.
Deviaticu. The Vargellan shuts its eyes, 6 nostrils open as it inhales deeply.
Our consciousnesses were ripped from our bodies when the changing god activated his clock. Then when you appeared, it happened again. Our minds ripped from their chronal prison.
It looks to its friends.
I cannot be certain, but I believe this is part of some vast mental construct. Your mental construct.
What? You mean we just went from one prison to another? You despise me, don't you?
How do we get out of here, they ask. I don't know. Why don't you get us out of here? Bye, Joyless Tiger. Thanks for joining.
Weren't you listening? We were trapped in that clock for centuries. I'm looking for a way out, believe me. But if Deviatico says it's your mind, then it's your show.
So long as we live, there is hope. One of us will find a way. Well, I don't see any way out. Deviaticu, the Vargellan stretches its neck, putting its face within a handspan of yours. It seems to be examining you. Then it says,
Your mind. Only you have the power to change.
Alright, thanks, Yoda. Jesus. I'm not even going to read this block of text. I'm what they call a no-no, which is a wizard.
So does the Lord.
Oop. Villon is the guy that... Oh, yeah.
So's the Vargellan, but you don't see him barking about it.
You see, that's just the type of thing that you do. It was a path you chose, not something our sire gave you, nor a means of freedom. Okay, well... I built a path out of a deep fathom in my mind by recovering memories I lost. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Perhaps, if there are memories here to recover.
Maybe I just don't know what memories look like, but I don't see anything.
It would seem we are in agreement, Villon.
God, let me look around. I'll be back. Ugh. Pretty sure the way out of here is just to talk to people. I don't think there's any memories around. All right, let's talk again. Hey, Kamos. The 3 continue to mutter to each other. I don't know how to get out of here.
Relax, friend brother. Whether for days or centuries, we survived that clock and we will survive this. If time is an illusion, then it's not our enemy. We'll find a way.
All right, well... I would like to leave, so I'm going to say the only thing I haven't said yet.
Yes, I see the thing you speak of, says the hideous fishman. This aspect describes you, just as I am Vargillan. Vilon is observant, and Carmos is foolish. I object to that characterization. Vilon gives a kind chuckle. He's not wrong, and you know it. At her wounded look, he raises his hands placatingly. It's the truth. Anyway, you've gotten us out of twice as much trouble as you get us into. The Vargellan speaks to you. We gotta get out of here. I can't do this three-voice shit for much longer. These aspects are descriptors of who you are, but they are not us. Fine. I don't think I have the ability that you're talking about. Camos. But you must. We each have our gifts, given to us by our sire for a specific purpose. His purpose, of course, but a purpose nonetheless. They say, for example, that, foolish though I may be, I have a nigh magical gift of speech. That is not something I chose nor learned, but it is who he made me to be. Vilon rubs his hand along the edge of his shield. Whereas I am a master of defensive arts. Our sire learned them when he was in my body. Probably built my body to excel at it. I wouldn't call it a gift, but it is me. Yeah. And I am one with the shadows. I live in them. I breathe them. This is not some esoteric I discovered, but a unique ability our sire chose to in my body. Camos gives you a kind smile. The gift is in ya. Perhaps you just have forgotten. Our sire wouldn't have made this place for you without granting you the power to get out, so focus. Find the answer inside yourself. Fine. I guess I'll shut my eyes and try and access the memories that they speak of. You rifle through your memories, past everything you actually remember to those memories that you didn't create yourself. There must be a key or a door or anything that would help you escape this part of your mind. Just as you're about to give up hope, you find something. A cluster of sparks, nascent abilities deep within the core of your being. You sense the abilities to speak eloquently, to use a shield with a master's skill, to lurk among the shadows as though they were home. None of these seem particularly suited to creating a path out, but as you sift through them, you know that you are trapped here, not because it is some puzzle, but because you are not yet whole. This other part, this last part of deciding who you are. In completing yourself, you will be able to open a path back to the calm of your mind. Choose your dick size. No. Select focus. So, we can either brandish a silver tongue, which is what it sounds like. We can breathe shadow, which is what it sounds like. Or we can master defense, which is what it sounds like. What do you guys think? Silver tongue, natural charisma. Breathe shadow, lots of sneak attacks. Or master of defense, counter attacks and counter spells. Taking any opinion. Otherwise, I'll select at random. Little Towels says Shadow Breather. Okay, everyone's saying breathe them shadows, so Shadow Breather it is. Now we are a clever shadow breathing no-no. That's our class and race. Clever shadow breathing no-no. That's it, you did it!
Does this mean we can go back to the real world?
No, Velon. But it does mean that we are free, finally. Thank you, friend. Go. We will follow.
Alright. Back in that portal. Let's goatsy on out of here. Uh-oh! Evil Horcrux, bit of sorrow, invaded our mind. I didn't even realize how appropriate this game is to break a depression streak. Because it's literally about little fragments of sorrow have invaded your mind. Works so great. Alright, we're back to the Calm, which is the name of... Oh, we get to hear the Scottish dude again. We're back to the Calm, which is the name of the HQ. Whenever we die, we sort of go back here to our own subconscious.
Aye, laddie! So what happened? Are you alright? That thing almost killed ya!
What happened?
It blasted you out of that part of your mind. The sorrow must be gathering its strength, taking spaces in your mind to keep you from reaching your full potential. I don't know why it doesn't just destroy you. Maybe the fragments aren't strong enough. Yet.
It's all right, though. We have more important things to do, right? Like get that chamber fixed.
I'm going to advance the plot. I found a resonance chamber, but it's broken.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't see everything you do, but I definitely saw that. You've got to find a way to fix it. You've got to find a way to fix that.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm ready to go. Farewell. Let's go back to the real world. Here's the calm, which is our meditative place that we bounce back to when we die before we reincarnate. Ooh, let's look what's in here.
The swirling depths flicker with mysteries and powers you cannot define. You reach for your thesaurus.
See how folks respond to the fact that we just died and came back to life in front of them. Should give us some god cred with the cultists, right?
Alright, okay.
Hey, Casmine. Duh. Oh no, that's Mimian.
You return.
Oops, not Scottish. He's the posh British.
You return to us.
And you know what? I'm going to take that earlier suggestion and make this guy David Attenborough fully instead of just partway.
You return to us. And you have completed your task. What did you see inside the clock? He pauses, considering his words. His tone is almost pleading. And please, do not lie to us, whether through word or omission.
Tell us! Casmine is nearly breathless with excitement. So we could say, I met Chemos, Diviatiku, and Villain. I could lie and say shadowy figures pulled me in, I was in a labyrinth, I did not see their faces or learn their names. Or I can say, I don't have to tell you, figure it out yourself. Oh, I just remembered another voice I can do. Haha! We should go talk to someone new, because I thought of a new voice. Number 3. I don't have to tell you. Figure it out for yourself. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, that was not our agreement. If you will not help us, then we will not help you.
I still won't tell you, so fuck off. Okay?
Then we have nothing more to speak of. Farewell. The Earth's oceans.
Alright. Casmine turns away from you and says, Please, Mimian can be so stubborn about these things. Do tell him so we can help you. No. We'll just let the main quest line end there. That will be the end. That's a dead quest line. We'll never find out any more of that. Actually, I want to go talk to Rin and the Sagus. So if you're just joining us, this is Torment, Tides of Numenera, spiritual follow-up to Planescape Torment. If you like the Fallout games, you will like the kind of storytelling on display. That's all I can say. If you like my stupid voices, then you found the right spot. Thank you, everyone who's hanging out. This has been really therapeutic for me. Fuck quarantine, right? God damn, I hate it. Oh, I want it to end. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna do something that you can guess by the sound of it, and then we'll continue.
You guessed it. I took a shit.
Okay. Thanks, Rigid Scissors. Here we go. Here we go. New area. This is called Cliff's Edge. Because I think it will make for interesting streaming, I'm gonna go talk to... Rin. God, this game is dense though. I love, like, if you are a story-driven gamer, it is literally just, like, This game's only like 10 screens big, and every screen is just a deeply interwoven, nested story sequence. I love it. It's like a little wind-up world you unravel. Okay, so I happen to know there's a little girl hiding in here, so let's find her. Because that'll make for an interesting plot line. This fallen pile of wood and stone marks the place where Ahus once stowed. Walk away? Walk away? Oh, our perception is too low. Our perception's too low to even know. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna try and get this quest a different way. I know a different way we can pull on this story thread. There's always multiple ways. We are the last cast-off. An entity given life when a god abandoned our body to jump into another body. And we are currently trying to fix a crystal sarcophagus called a resonance chamber, and we don't know why, because we woke up with no memory, but a voice that represented our own inner consciousness told us, fix that crystal chamber. And we said, okay, there's nothing else to do, so we'll do that. But I'm going to do something else by just exploring. Let's go talk to the Slavers Guild. Tol Magwar. Oh, great, I get to use my new voice. Which I'm sure y'all will immediately identify. As you approach this group, the wild-haired woman eyes you speculatively and whispers something to her companions. They burst out laughing, and a slight smirk plays about her lips. A breathing mask dangles from a cord around her neck, and you can see where it cut permanent grooves into her face. She ruffles her hair, messing it still further, and sings out,
"Oh, look, my birds! It's the changing god, come to buy a slave from old Toll."
Option 1, why do you think I'm the changing god? Option 2, who are you? Option 3, yeah, I could buy a slave. What do you got? Pretty evil. That's a pretty evil option. But let's go with, why do you think I'm the changing god?
Word gets around, and when someone of your great stature comes sauntering back into our lives, why, the world takes notice.
She throws herself to her knees in supplication.
My mother calls me her little water baby.
Oh, great changing god, please answer my prayers. Number 1, starting to get the feeling you're making fun of me. Number 2, certainly, child, what can I offer? Number 3, the changing god does not grant prayers. Or number 4, I'm not the changing god. I just told the cultists that. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. 3 is the first vote that came in. The changing god doesn't grant prayers, so I don't even know what you're doing. Tol Magor bursts out laughing and climbs to her feet, a nasty little grin on her saucy face.
How would you know? You're not the changing god, no matter what lies you told those addled cultist morons. You're not gonna get it over on me, though, you hear me?
She points a finger at you.
For one thing, the changing god moves quietly. He's got enemies. He doesn't announce himself, especially not the cultists who sniff around his backside.
It's supposed to be a Venture Brothers character, but we can say it's Daffy Duck. That's fine with me. Darkwing Duck works.
Tol Magor, you're just an ordinary cast-off. Right now you're wondering, how do I know you're a cast-off? Well,
she rakes her fingers through her hair, obscuring her vision more.
It's the tattoo. Plus, I'm betting you don't know about the Surge.
Billy Quizboy, that's the one. We have a winner. I am McMahon. I am McMahon? Is that right? I might have said that wrong. She studies your face carefully as she speaks those last words, and she crows in delight. There's my venture fam.
As I thought. I've had dealings with your kind before. I know about you, so I have information you might want, but it comes with a price.
What's the price?
One of my wards has run off. She's taken a head wound, not my doing, and I've been watching after her. I don't know where she's gone, but I suspect she's headed to Cliff's Edge. Plenty of other urchins clamoring about the place, and she'd find it easy to blend in. Sadly, my troop and I are detained here, so we can't ourselves.
This also counts as my best Adam Sandler, so 2 birds with 1 stone.
She's a scrawny child, name of Rin. Head wounds, but is covered by dark curly hair. Has a little necklace around her throat. Babbles about her gods. Go get her for me, and I'll tell you what you want to know.
We lost 13 people because of this voice. I love it.
But then pretended to be the changing god. We'll see what that cost you.
Alright. Sure. I'll enslave a little girl. That's fine with me.
Don't take long.
Let's go enslave a little girl. Or have her join our party. Back to Cliff's Edge, where eternal night cannot stalk us. I kind of miss Allegern because I like doing the German voice. But you know, if I just keep switching voices around, it'll become incredibly confusing who's who, so nah. I'll continue to remember whose voice is which. Oh, now we're getting viewers back. It's like people ducked out just until the Billy Quizboy voice was done, and then they came back. Good plan. Man, this game's so dense. I've played through it a couple times. I've never been in this building, I realized. Like, there's no need to. It's optional, and I've never even gone in there. But for now, let's look for Rin. I'm going to ask these little ragamuffins about her whereabouts. Hey, Avana.
The girl stands outside a crumbling old house playing the flute. She wears a simple dress and her golden hair falls past her shoulders. The melody she plays is gentle and soft, but it somehow carries to every corner of the street. As you approach, she stops playing and smiles at you with large green eyes.
Shins for a song, sir?
No thank you.
Are you sure? It's just 8 sins for a sad song? Or 12 for a happy one?
No, but can I ask you some questions?
Alright.
Is this your house?
Who lives here?
That's us making fun of her voice.
Nim and I live here, but it's their father's house. He's away. I wish he'd come back and fix it, Mr. Homer. I think it's gonna fall down soon.
No, I want to know about the little slave girl. Alright, that's not helpful. Let's go back to that rubble. See if we can find her from there. If not, we'll have to follow another thread until we gain enough perceptive ability to spot that someone has been living in the house. But that's okay. This game is replete with crazy fun side quests, so we'll just do a different one by talking to literally any of these people we're passing.
We'll make it to California someday, Mr. Homer.
This fallen pile of wood and stone.
Nope. Okay. We can't do anything with Ren yet because we're too shitty. Oh, I can level up. Let's level up and see if that helps. Increase ability or skill. I would like to increase a skill. Yeah, and I want to make our perception not bullshit. So now we have perception. Now let's see if we can see that someone's clearly been living in the rubble. Nope. Not enough perception. Okay. So this version of this game, this character that we are, is too dumb to figure that out. So we'll have to do something else. Let's do this. Let's talk to this glowing guy by the ship.
The first thing you notice about this wiry young man is the golden haze, the glow surrounding him. He must be pregnant. It sparkles in his eyes and gives his easy grin a warmth you can feel down in your gut. He spots you and straightens.
How in the world did you survive that crash, Eratus? The answer is, as it always is, backflips. But hold on. How did you know my name? Never mind. Not important. Of course you know my name. I'm Eratus.
What's that golden glow around you? Okay, voice for Eratus. Voice for Eratus. I guess he should be a Zap Brannigan type.
Where?
Where? I can do lower than that.
Where? Where? Says Eratus.
No, that's already my narration voice. Where? Says Eratus, turning around. Seriously, what is that glow surrounding you? What glow? He says, looking behind him. All right, he won't register. How'd you end up crashing your airship?
I'm glad you asked. This is somewhat of an understatement. He looks ecstatic.
Okay, I think I can differentiate narrator from Eratus.
I was climbing up the cliffs to caravanserai to see how impossible it was when I saw a star falling toward the reef. He raises an earnest finger. I knew right then that finding that star was my destiny. He runs his hand through his curls. What was I gonna do? Climb down? Boring! Already did it the other way. Walk? Walk? Worse. Far worse. No fun at all. He grins. Then I saw the airship docked over my head. I raced on up, borrowed the ship, and pointed it right at the reef. His face falls. I don't know what happened next. Despite my expert piloting, the airship steeled itself directly at the cliffs. I had no choice. I landed it fast and hard, and safely as possible. Tell the men. Inform the men. I have mated with a woman. Shaking his head, he sighs. Never did find that falling star. At this point, someone else has found it, and it's their destiny now.
All right, I need a vote here, people. Option 1, you're in luck. The falling star was me. And we should bone filthily in the dirt right here, I think is implied. 2, that star's old news now anyway. Or 3, cheer up, I bet no one found that star. Well, Nelly Nell says 2, and that's good enough for me. That star's old... Oh, wait, no, she's the Valley Girl. That star's old news now anyway.
True, Eratus shouts. Wait a minute. That sounds like something I would say if you were me and I was still me. Kiff. Go fuck yourself. He waggles his finger at you. I should have known we were kindred spirits from the start. We should travel together, bone in the dust of the thoroughfare. Have adventures. Say yes, don't say no.
Yes, I want you to join me.
Of course you do, and I'm ready. I'm always ready.
And with that, he put on 2 condoms. Okay, so now Eratus is in our party, which technically would give us the ability to, I don't know, we could go fight that Cthulhu monster at any time we want, but it'll probably kill us. Let's talk to this lady, Mother Tamaz. This woman glares at the... Oh, I haven't done Brooklyn yet. This woman glares at the air above her head, her fingers fretting with a single bead and a long, peculiar chain of them. Her low, angry muttering resolves into words as you get closer. Don't say what accent you're going to do, then it has to be that. Let's see. Oh! Oh! Foolish boy! Shivering at the crossroads, mazed by your choices. Go on and pick beauty, pick strength, pick pleasure, whatever that be. The particulars don't matter, boy. What matters is the choosing and that you do it. Are you talking to me? She blinks at the empty air and her hands steal to a metallic, many-faceted bead near the end of the chain. I may as well be, she says, snorting. Mother Tamaz knows you, bro. Born fallen you were. Come on, born in flames, shreds of your smoldering coal streaming through the air. Forget it. When you struck ground, kid, your bead first went cold, then hotter than a mother's hatred. She shakes her head and spits at your feet. Scarcely born you are.
and learning quick, but you're still uncertain, kid. All boys and girls are, till they start making choices, dealing with the consequences, cancel culture run amok, you know what I mean. Till they start accepting the cost of being adults. Option 1. I don't understand. You make it sound like no choices can be the right one. Option 2. How do you know who I am? Option 3. What's a call? Beautiful. Give me some votes. Give me some votes. All right, I'll choose. I don't understand. You make it sound like no choices can be the right ones. Well, all choices sting, kid, she says, flinging her dishwater gray palms in the air. Sorry, I know I should wait longer. I'll wait longer. Next time I call for a vote. And the sweetest ones often sting the moist. She sighs. You're confused, but that'll change. You'll have your feet under you soon enough. Not all of my children are so lucky. This one, she says, showing you the bead she was speaking to before you arrived. Beakwo. Eh? He wants to escape his past. He saved a handful of shins by honest means. That is to say, it's taken him a long time. And he's too busy pissing over the options to spend it. You should push him into choosing a path, kid. Do that, and I will return your call to you, improved, true my art, and stronger than when you lost it. I'll talk to him if I find the time, but no promises. I've got other shit to do. There's this glowing guy, so... Alright, please yourself, she says, with a sour look at the sky. Now let's go talk to Pequo, and look at the rubble again, since we have a new member in the party whose perception might be higher. Anything in the rubble? Nothing in the rubble. But Pequo is right here. Pequo, the mutant boy, gazes at the entrance to the chirurgical parlor, flinching at each scratch of razor metal on metal from within. By your estimation, he's in his late teens, but is the size of a young malnourished child. His arms are a little more than bone, wrapped in red speckled skin, and a raw line zigzags between his mismatched eyes and over his blade of a nose, as if pointing directly at his thin lips. He sees you looking, and bird-like muscles flash in his frail jaw. "Oh, get a good look," he says, lifting his chin. "Oh, no. Oh, maybe you want to call me some names. I hear eggshell a lot." No, what's that? I'm trying to do those guys from fucking... First of all, I need to cough. Second of all, home movies. Who are those, the twins from home movies? Oh, no. Oh, now you're in trouble. Maybe Lightning Bolt? I get that one from... But it's too Edith Bunker. Anyway, he doesn't want us to call him names. Oh, we're being a dick, so we gotta go with number 2. Calm down, Earthquake. Very funny, he says. Hilarious. And you know what? I am calm. Calmer than you are. I'm not gonna be the butt of everyone's jokes no more, he says. Electricity sizzles within the nearby parlor. This time he does not flinch away. Lightning flickers trapped in his determined eyes. I got some money, all right. I'm going to use it to change myself. Change everything I can. He trails off, studying you in turn. His eyes widen, and he glances quickly away, studying the nearby parlor instead. Let's follow up on the quest line. Mother Tamaz sent me. I want to help. Oh, she knows. Of course she knows. And that means you know too. Fine, I'm scared, all right? I've had this ugly face, this body, my entire life. Now I've saved up enough to change myself and my future. Maybe I can become strong enough to deal with the people who hurt me. Or can fix my face. I can do that, but then I'll still be small, so cute and so small. I can only use the machines in a parlor once, you understand? I'm like a little baby mouse. It's too expensive. I spent years saving up all this money. Not enough. Tibear. At all this money, Tibear glances over just in time to see the pouch open. His eyes bulge. Shit, what is Tibear?
What voice was Tiber? I forgot. Oh, he's the French guy. Boy, lad, he whispers. All of that coin must be weighing him down. We should lighten his load. So, this kid wants guidance on what kind of plastic surgery to get. Or third option, we can fleece the dumb kid and steal his money. Option 1, before I say anything, I want to ask you some questions. Option 2, change your appearance. It's important to feel good about how you look. Option 3, use the parlor to become so strong no one will ever fuck with you again. Number 4, I can think of better uses for your money. Number 5, I'll think about it some more and come back. We got a vote for 3. Number 3. 3 is in the lead, waiting for a couple more votes to trickle in. We got 3. Jackson says 3. Jackson with a 3. Big J boy, Big Jackie Jack with a 3. Little Towels with a 3. DT with a 3. 3 is the winner. Why don't you become so oh, no, wait, that's us. Like, I don't know, get big muscles. I like guys with big muscles, so just get the muscle implants. And if your upper body is strong, that's all that really matters in a dude. You beat up people who are mean to you. Piquo blinks, startled by the authority in your voice. Then a smile spreads across his face, so tentatively that it seems to be testing his face to make sure it will hold the weight. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? He says. I can scare off the people who tease me, or throw rocks. I can take different kinds of work, earn money faster, and come back here again. That's it. Thank you. All right, we made Piquo super strong. Hope you guys are happy with that outcome. Whoa, he's huge now. Piquo.
This feels even better than I dreamed.
Oh shit, uh-oh. That's concerning. His voice dropped like 2 octaves. Oh no. Alright. That's what Piquo did. Let's see what Mother Tamaz thinks about it. We made him strong. Oh, someone's talking to Mother Tamaz. Nope, that was just an NPC wandering around. If anything, Tamaz's angry muttering has intensified. She drags the chain of beads between her knuckles, staring into space.
What now, my lad?
People are like, uh-oh, Billy Quizboy voice. I need to talk to you about Piquo. That makes sense. Thank you, Muskets fan.
What of him?
Well, I basically solved his problem, so you're welcome.
Oh, have you?
Mother Tamaz's eyes unfocus and her fingers trace the borders of the hollow bead.
Mayhap you did. A strong lad can solve most of the problems that come his way, until his strength fails him, that is. I know you did what you thought was right, but we know that life is more than one choice, and now he'll make the next one on his own. Mayhap. Take the call, lad. You've earned it.
All right. Our prize is a call shield. Mother Tamaz claimed to have found this membrane that protected you during your birth in the skies over Sagus cliffs. She used the membrane to craft a shield that is transparent and thin, but surprisingly tough. Thanks to our lore ability, we get more info. While the membrane appears to be synthetic, closer inspection reveals the material is organic in nature. It may have been alive when you first plummeted into the upper atmosphere, but died after it tore apart. Dismiss. Leave. Buy. Go to your inventory. Equip your fancy new shield. Hooray! Okay. So now we've got a 3-person party. Oh, here's something we can fuck with. This will be fun for y'all. Let's talk to Lord Vunkin.
Lord Vunkin.
Lord Vunkin. Declaiming to the crowd is a well-dressed but sickly-looking man, short, dumpy, and an unhealthy shade of yellow. Despite this, he has the proud demeanor and the stentorian voice of a much larger man. He booms at you as you approach.
Another likely fellow. Excellent. The people have called for deliverance from this ravaging Sagus, and a hero has answered. Most courageous of you.
He smiles.
All you have to do is be the first to find the rogue Sagus that's been terrorizing Cliff's Edge. Return here and tell me precisely where it is. I'll take it from there.
He pats you on the shoulder. And you'll be rewarded, I promise you. As the head of a slave family, I'll owe you a favor. And my favor carries a good deal of weight. Okay, he wants us to destroy a rampaging Stychus. Option 1, can I ask you what a Stychus is? Option 2, tell me about you. You seem neat. Option 3, what's the deal with those slave families? Option 4, what can you tell me about Cliff's Edge, the general area? Or option 5, farewell, and we go confront the Stychus immediately with no further information. I do know where the Stychus is, so I can take us directly there. Or we can find out. If you guys love this nasal voice I'm doing, we can find out more. Looking for votes, and we got 2 3s in a row. You said slave? Who are the slave families? He puffs up with great pride. We are the descendants of the slaves who rose up with Attila the Great. They smashed the oligarchs who ruled this city and replaced their despotism with fair and egalitarian leadership, creating a city where anyone can achieve anything if they only try. Great. So they don't mean slavers. They mean families that are descended from slaves who rose up. However, there is still a thriving slavery industry in this game. Let's find out about the Stychus itself. Can I ask you, what is a Stychus even? Of course. Knowing the enemy is the first step to defeating it. Okay, so what is it, dude? They're horrible, undermining vermin from another world. They tunnel beneath the streets of our city, undermining our homes and way of life. In other words, liberals. Okay. What else can you tell me about the rogue Stychus you're looking for? The vile thing appeared in Cliff's Edge a few days ago, and it's been skulking around ever since. The whole neighborhood lives in fear of it. Why? Why are you so afraid of the Stychus? Some will tell you it's because the district has suffered the most from the Stychus digging. Houses collapsing on people, others falling in the sea. There's truth to that, but the real reason is that the people here have become weak and afraid. They aren't prepared to face adversity. Indeed, if the Styka didn't exist, I would be tempted to invent them, for they are just what the city needs to stiffen its spine. I'm going to skip the rest of his dumb tirade, because he's dumb. But we get to respond. Okay, number 1, you're right. Conflict keeps people on guard. Number 2, empires only serve the interests of a lucky few. Most people suffer and gain little in return. Number 3, people aren't weak. They need someone to lead them, to inspire them toward a common goal. Number 4, Sagus Cliffs had an empire? Number 5, I have other questions about the Styka. Number 6, something else. Number 7, farewell. I'm going to limit it to 1 through 4. Give me votes on 1 through 4. And asking for votes on 1 through 4. And there's 41 people watching. And someone who joined doesn't know what's going on. But we're looking for votes 1 to 4. And people are spamming the comments with 1 to 4. Oh, no one's in the lead because no one's voting. Because it's fine. People are just listening in the background. Hey, Little Towels votes for 3. Here we go. Number 3. The people aren't weak, asshole. They just need someone to rally behind and fucking rise up, like they did with the Cthulhu monster in the energy cage. No, wait, I mean at the execution. Shut up. Lord Vunkin. And when that leader is gone, the city will fall back into apathy. No, an enemy is what the city needs. In strife, we discover our finest selves. So it has always been. Alright, we'll leave this guy to his Klingon belief set. And we'll head over to where those little kids were playing. And you know what? I have a good feeling if we ask them about the Stychus, they might just know something. Zeb, a boy in rags, holds out a hand as you pass. He is far too gaunt for his age. His knuckles stand out on his fingers like Jeremy Reynolds. Damn, I fucked it up. Like Jeremy Renner's knuckles, I was going to say. Let's see. Oh, we're really scraping the voice. Jeez. Bash. What about Evil Freakazoid from Freakazoid? Any shins for, in other words,
Con.
Any shins for a family in need?
No. Let me ask you something instead.
That's hardly polite, sir. Asking for services rendered without even offering a tip.
Well, I mean, like, you could answer my question. Stop being such a little douchebag.
Sorry, sir. Our stomachs are too tight to answer questions for free.
Alright, here's 5 shins.
Thank you, sir. Good fortune to you.
Alright, this is your house? Doesn't look very safe.
We know. That is why we stay outside most of the time. Ever since Avina noticed some cracks around the walls, we only go in there to change clothes and stuff.
Alright, well, tell me about... you know what? Fuck you. Bye. Alright. Man, it's crazy how different this game is when you get... Because, like, we started with low perception, so now I'm not noticing any of the shit I'm used to noticing. But anyway, the Styke is hiding over here, so let's just go talk to him directly. Hi, Stykus.
Partially hidden in the trash of the dump is a strange and frightened creature. It is covered in chitin like an insect, but its shell looks thin and soft, and its small and malformed claws seem half-grown. It stares at you from its hiding place and chitters incomprehensibly. It's a real Zoidberg.
Ew! Gag me with a spoon. What even are you?
The creature makes vague motions with its claws and emits a series of clicks and wet noises. Oddly, you smell dust and lightning. Some of the sounds are reminiscent of a human with digestive trouble, but you're fairly certain it's some form of language.
Okay, taking votes, because this is a moral pinch point. So, some douchebag told us that the Stykus undermined the city by digging under it, and they're monsters. We found a malnourished, malformed mutant one in the dump. We can ask more about it, or we can just kill it. Or we can try and talk to it. So, options are, number 1, are you the rogue Stykus everyone's looking for? Number 2, how'd you get here? Number 3, where are you from? How you doing? Where are you from, Stykus? Number 4, can you tell me anything about this place? Number 5, attack the Stykus. Get your votes in. Yes, Jackson, I know the answer. Alright, we're attacking the Stykus. This is the first thing that feels mean. We gotta vote for 1, 2, and 5. Okay, before we attack the Stykus, we'll ask... A couple people voted for 1, so we'll ask... Are you that rogue Stykus everyone's looking for? As you speak, you gesture in the direction of the square where you met Lord Funkin, and the Stykus seems to understand. It shrinks back, raising its claws as if to defend itself. It doesn't seem like it would be much of a threat to anyone. It puffs a minuscule amount of vapor from the spiracles on its head. Oh, it's vaping. Yeah, let's kill it. Okay, attack the Stykus. As you step forward, the creature senses what is about to happen, and again it cowers away from you, a pitiful whine rising from its throat. Eratus cocks his head and rests his chin on his hand. People are scared of this poor creature, he frowns unhappily. For a rogue Stykus, it doesn't seem very roguish, and attacking it definitely doesn't seem heroic. It feels... What's the word for the opposite of that? Kill it anyway, because we're evil? Not heroic. That's the word. It feels very not heroic. Villainous even. Or evil. Or just mean. He grumbles under his breath. That was definitely not heroic. Backed into a corner, the pitiful Stykus groans frantically, but raises its deformed claws to defend itself. For all its bulk, it is an idle threat. You bat its claws away and knock it to the ground. You lift your foot and drive your boot through its weakened exoskeleton, splattering its juices across the garbage heap. Its scent glands burst, filling the air with a riot of pungent chemicals. Not Zoidberg! You wipe your fouled boots off in the garbage. The Stykus's body is already attracting vermin. Whoa! I hate evil runs. It's amazing how much it bums me out to do evil stuff. It actually bums me out. but I want to. It is brutal. It bums me out in a way that I still want to do it. Zeb snarls at you.
You murderer! You killed our Sagus! Get out of here! Never come back, you piece of skist! I hate you!
Alright. You know, this does streamline the game, though, because there's a quest line with each one of these kids and all kinds of shit, and now they'll never talk to you again, so that's that. Ends that quest. Ooh, let's steal this lady's hamster. Make her sad. Medelia glittering.
Oh, hello, friend!
A smiling, dark-haired woman greets you, standing behind a table of trinkets. Your eyes are drawn to the 3 small rodents that lazily orbit her head in 3 floating hamster balls. They take turns hovering just out of reach of the half-mechanical, half-organic cat perched on the woman's shoulder. The smile disappears from her face as a small tremor runs through the ground beneath your feet.
That's the 7th time today!
She glances nervously at the remnants of the structure next door.
When that one fell, I heard the screaming, shrieking like the wind was tearing at their bones.
Lore, natural. You feel the walls of her home shudder beneath your feet, and the roof settles at an angle, slightly more canted than it was before. She idly turns a couple of the curiosities on her table so the light catches on the various planes and materials. Then the smile returns to her face.
Come, tell me which of my treasures speaks to you.
Let's see what you have for sale. No. We're going straight to business. Hey, two things. First, have you seen an escaped slave girl nearby? I'm looking for her to help her.
Don't tell me why you're asking. I don't want to know. Yes, there are children running around here at all times of day, but I couldn't tell one from another. And as to whether they are escaped or not, well, all children are running from something.
That wasn't helpful. How much for one of those rodent globes?
You mean Bay, Boo, and Bow?
She raises a hand and unconsciously pets one of the globes as it swings past her right ear. The tiny creature inside squeaks and scampers in a tight circle before the globe drifts out of sight.
They are not for sale, my friend. I hope you're not too disappointed.
Come on, sell me a rodent globe.
I'm very sure,
she says easily, scratching her cat beneath the chin when it gets too close to be snatching one of the said rodents from the air. All right, well, an event will happen later that will make her poor and depressed enough that she'll be willing to sell one of the rodents, and we'll come back and buy one of the rodents. Welcome back, Dave! Dave Carter returns. You missed some cult stuff. You missed us telling a dude to get plastic surgery to make himself so buff that no one will fuck with him again. Also, you missed something you probably are happy to have missed, which was the very sad crushing of a giant bug creature as it futilely tried to defend itself and begged for nothing more than another moment of existence. And it seemed nice. In fact, I think it can join your party if you play your cards right. Okay. I think I need to sleep in order for... Damn it. I've held my bladder as long as I possibly can. Alright, pee break. I'll be back in 1 minute.
should really get moving before someone tries to kill me.
And we're back. Oh my god. I basically just peed out an entire pot of coffee. And poured myself some more coffee. So, now we're set. We killed a sad bug creature. And, oh shit. What are we doing next? I'm going to try and sleep because that will advance time and cause something to happen that I want to happen. But otherwise, we'll keep exploring. Let's see if they will let us sleep yet. Oh, we have to tell them their shit. Alright. Mimian. What voice did I do? Oh yeah, the dumb one. So, have you... Oh no, that's Mimian. Oh, he's David Attenborough.
So, have you decided to tell us what you saw in the clock?
Yeah, I met Kamos, Divatico, and Villan, alright? Okay? Now, can I sleep here?
I know these names. They're not new to us. They were favored servants of your creator. Cast-offs what served him well. Indeed, Diavatico brought the Order of Truth to Sagus Cliffs, but they betrayed their holy trust and disappeared.
Mimian sighs.
Nevertheless, we will honor our arrangement. You sought answers about who might repair the resonance chamber. We know that your sire built it with the aid of another cast-off, who is still unknown to us. Perhaps one of your siblings might know where to find him or her. I know of only one other cast-off still in the city, the albino assassin Matkina. They call her the White Death. She wore a camouflaging cloak and brought destruction in her wake. The last I heard of her, she was in the Underbelly.
Alright, so, main quest-wise, we gotta follow up with Makina in the Underbelly. Side quest-wise, I just want to find a place to sleep.
So you returned, Deceiver.
Yeah, you don't have to call me that, alright? So I deceived you, alright? Untie your clit or whatever, relax. His fingers are still and deadly.
You are not welcome here.
Casmine places a hand on his arm.
We welcome all cast-offs, Mimian, even the deceivers, for they have touched the divine.
Mimian snaps.
Very well. The price is 70 shins. Pay or find your rest elsewhere.
Fuck, we don't have enough money. Alright. So we can't sleep, which means we can't friggin... Oh, I need money. Okay, so we're gonna go to a store and sell some stuff so we can get money. Because we need shins in order to sleep, and we need to sleep in order to advance the next thing I want to do. Here we go. Here we go. Arms merchant will be Mario. Easy peasy.
The sign over this stall says the arming room. Buy, sell, trade. Under the awning, a skinny man with a giant mustache, blue overalls, and a red shirt and hat and white gloves is peeking out at the dark sky. He shakes his head as you approach. It's the strangest thing I ever seen. Oh well, can't let a little darkness stop the wheel of commerce, can we? What can I do for you?
Show me what you have for sale. I have to sell some stuff. I gotta sell it so I have enough money so I can sleep. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this great sword, because I think Eratus already has a better great sword. Yeah. He has the same one. Okay, so we can sell it safely. Sell that dagger, sell that greatsword. Ooh, we still need... I don't think might's very important, so I'm going to do that. So now we have enough to... Now we have enough to pay for a night at the inn, which will heal us completely, and then we can either do more story shit, or if y'all want, we can go fight the Cthulhu monster, which I've never actually done, because we know that's in the reef waiting to be fought. So, up to you guys. While I sleep, you think about that. Yes, I need a place to rest, and yes, I will pay you for it. Alright, we're fully healed. Oh.
Just a reminder, lad, T-Bear says, catching your sleeve. Reese will be dead by the day after tomorrow if we don't do anything to save him.
Yeah, we'll get to it, dude. I don't... You know, I'm the god here, so relax. Now, if anyone has a thought, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just go with my gut instinct. But we can either go fight the giant Cthulhu monster, or... Actually, oh, I know what we're going to do. Vote for Allegern or Calisteg. We're going to go re-get Allegern or Calisteg, one or the other, because that'll fill out our party. Then we'll go fight the monster. So do you guys want Calisteg, the erotic, very sex-positive, breathy lady back, or do you want Allegern, the very stern German host of that SNL sketch with Mike Myers, back? Calibe, we got to vote for Callie. I'm going to go where they both are, and then we can pick one. We got to vote for Callie and a vote for Allie. It's tied up. That's 2 for Callie. Well, I'm waiting for let's say 5 votes to come in, and we'll take. That'll break the tie. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're going Callie. Although Allegern is a better fighter, so you all chose incorrectly. But that's kind of the point of this stream, so well done. This is the Ministry of Truth, where they try to figure the heck out of all these ancient sciences that they don't understand. They study and, you know, try and sort it out. But rather than getting entwined into any of the many quest lines that come out of here, we'll go to Calisteg and try to re-recruit her to the party. Yeah, will you travel with me again? I was hoping we could fight a giant monster. Let me consult my sisters. Yes, 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 we will travel with you. Alright, so Calisteg's back. Thirsty as ever. Makes me frankly uncomfortable, but you know, that's who she is. Now let's go see if we can fight this giant Cthulhu monster, or it totally, completely just like wrecks our asses. Because it might wreck our asses. I'll save before we start the fight. Let's cut through the Underbelly so y'all can see a little more of the world map. I know it's like not up to snuff with the graphics of the day, but I actually really love the look of this game. The very hand-painted, especially the load screens, are dope. Which is dumb to say. But I like them! I like the load screens! And now you guys can see the Underbelly, which links back to Circus Minor, which was the other neighborhood where we were. Here's the way to Circus May. Gonna go fight a thing with Calibe. The indigo tide represents justice, compromise, and the greater good. It is the tide of people who view life's difficulties from a global perspective. Cool. Pretty cool. Alright. Game saved because we traveled from one screen to another, so now we can go straight to the Reef of Forgotten Worlds, which is where we were born, where we fell from the sky. Beam, 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 beam. Alright, so if you'll recall, earlier in the stream, we took a guy's advice, or we rather took a quest from a guy who wanted us to free this Cthulhu monster that was on display like a circus attraction, and kill it and bring its brain back. So we freed it by teleporting it to this area, because we knew we could fight it here. So now we're going to try and fight it and take its brain. Ooh, another cipher. Thick air snare, that's a good one. And a gun. Oh, we didn't loot these dead bodies earlier. Oh, that's an expensive oddity. I could go buy better shit, but I don't think I will. Yet. Let's see what kind of weapon Calisteg uses. Okay. Let's give some ciphers to some other people. Sorry, just gotta do a little inventory management bullshit. Yep, Calisteg, and... what are you? You're an oddity. Okay, that's that. Alright, let's fight. Let's fight this Cthulhu, dude. What's this thing? Have we seen this thing? I haven't interacted with this thing. Cobalt petals fold over a short metal stem. Calcified minerals holds the ancient weapon closed. I do like the poetic writing of this. Whoever wrote it has a good sense for what words will sound neat together. There's our guy! Alright, here we go. Couldn't miss him. At the end of the platform, the Nycthomeron hangs lazily in the air. As you draw near, the creature tenses, orienting itself in your direction, and its tentacles lash back and forth in mindless rage. Let's back away because I want to loot this, and then we'll fight it. More shins. Good band. Good unit of denomination. Attack the Nycthomeron! Let's do it, guys. Let's fucking do it. Oops, I forgot to rest with Calisteg in my party, so she's going to be mostly useless, but whatever. Okay. Who are you? Oh, you're Tiber. Tiber shall strike with 75% chance to hit. Yeah. Oh no, this thing has 120 health. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, that'll be fun though. Then I'll get to show you how the death mechanic works in this game, because it's not a game over. He's gonna go over here. Then he's gonna use the ability Opportunist. Whoa! Pushed us away with a magnetic pulse, so that disabled my Opportunist. What items do we have? What ancient magic can we bring to bear? Image blocker, completely gain hidden with no chance of being spotted. It's not gonna help in a fight. Let's just attack. 60% chance to hit, 11 damage. Got him. He's at 99 health. Alright, let's see what Calisteg can do. She's got thick air snare, which will knock down enemies. Let's knock the Nycthomeron down with an air snare. Let's see if I can get it so far away that it won't hit me. Yeah, there we go. Snare that dude. Snare that bear, Calisteg. Oh, it's immune to that. Okay. Great, good to know. Thanks for that. You got any abilities worthwhile? Okay, maybe teleport over here, why not?
Into a single reality.
Tibia Dern, I shall strike at you once again with the Furiosity of a Sentient Candelabra. 92 health is nothing.
What do you got? What do you got, Eratus? What can you do? I already tried that ability and it didn't do shit, so we're just gonna war of attrition this motherfucker. Out of range? You're out of range. Your face is out of range. Opportunist again then, fine. Oh! Oh! And yes, Opportunist kicked in. Let's take 100% Shikshoink for 10 damage. Bow! You at 75, bruh. You only get my normal voice during combat, so enjoy it while it lasts. Literally the only time. Items. What's this do? Immediately gain hidden. I didn't want that. I already knew that. Let's give Fleetfoot Moss to Calisteg. Where is Calisteg? There she is. She phased out. That will make her attacks more better. More. Now Calisteg can attack and have some chance of hitting. 85, in fact, for 7 damage. Now you at 68. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've never fought this thing before. I always did the smart, normal thing that a sane person would do. I never freed the giant Cthulhu monster and fought it. This is fun. 75% for 7 damage. Oh, I think we can do this. We're alright. It's at half-life, and we got more than half-life. I think we got this. 80%. Oh, we'll take our chances. He's at 51. His turn. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Ooh, he does a lot of damage. He attacks many times with his syringe hands. Let's get a closer look at this sucker. Oh, he's pretty cool. I like him. Okay. I think you probably need to heal someone. Heal Calisteg. Yes, 44. Count down that health with me. Any other abilities? Oh yeah, how about you use your superposition and phase out?
Into a single reality.
Tabir. Tabir, do you have any useful items? Teleport to a position or...
Oh, he's got hook. Oh, he's got sucker punch. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's use sucker punch on this dude. Okay, alright. No? No? Not an enemy. Okay, it's considered a boss, I guess. Which is different for some reason. Forget it. Attack. Yeah! 37 health! Eratus, do you have anything to heal with? No, you don't. Then you may as well just attack, bud. Eventually, we're going to want to heal Tybear. $27. Hell yeah. Last cast off. I didn't realize we could this thing looks so scary, and then it's totally killable. 75% for 11 damage. Yep, it's at 16. Almost got it. Oh, I can't wait to crack that juicy brain open. Calisteg's going to attack for 3 damage, 60% chance to hit. She missed. Because she's not that skilled once she runs out of points. Tiber. Strike at it with all the courage of the Frenchman. Yeah! 9 left? 9! Oh, snap! We're totally gonna Cthulhu this thing, but it's its turn. No. Oh, can Eratus kill it before it gets to go again? That would be ideal. Yes! 10 damage. 100% success rate. Shuck shoink! Ooh, we got a trophy. For knowledge? You step cautiously around the Nycthameron's limp tendrils, working your way toward the creature's rubbery head. There, a vein-speckled organ is visible through a charred and soggy rift. Again, I know how to make love to a woman. You reach in and tear it out with as much care as you can. Tickly fibers of electricity snap harmlessly between your fingers. Ooh, its brain is like a torus with a brain stem through the middle. Even its brain brings to mind penetrative sex. The shape of its brain. This fusion of biological and mechanical parts apparently comprises the brain of Nycthameron. Alright, let's take that brain to the guy who wanted the brain. See what happens. I've never done this. Believe me, if I could teabag the Nycthameron corpse, I would. Oh, this is a funny glitch in this game. A lot of times corpses of people you killed come back to life, but they're still... Like, these guys won't attack me. Those are the corpses from before, but now they're in their idle animation pose forever for some reason. Here we go. So let's go find that weirdo who wanted the brain. Actually, let's see if we can eat the brain. Little Towel says eat the brain. I'm going to see if that's an option. I would not be surprised in this game if that was an option. We'll find out. Nyxameron brain. Quest item. Details. Nope, can't eat the brain. Damn. But we can give it to some guy. Belliatrix or whatever? Was that his name? Beliazar. Ho ho ho. I forget his voice. Beliazar tips back and forth on his heels, coming casually. He gives you a solemn, clandestine wink. I have the Nyxameron brain. Beliazar gives you your reward. Then he reverently takes the dripping mass off your hands.
I can't wait to get this back to my lab,
He says, his eyes shining with a child's raw exhilaration.
Look at it. Coated in nanospirit fluid, bound with 3 data locks. It's like a puzzle that no one gets to solve but me. Oh ho ho ho! You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread boy.
Gained items, Psychic Guard, and 20 shins, and 40 XP. This item is an ornament I can wear. It's a brown ring, seamlessly woven with overlapping scales, and it allows you to carry 1 additional cipher. It's a pretty good reward at this early in the game. And he wanders off to eat the brain. How much you want to bet he's eating that brain, right? He talks big about all the wires and studies things he's gonna plug into it. He's eating that brain. What else would you do with it? Alright. Goddamn, I could honestly do this forever. But I think I'm gonna take a break to walk my dog. And check in with my girlfriend and see if I'm completely neglecting my duties as a living human being. But it's Sunday, so hopefully I'm not. And if there's nothing else to do, I will jump back on in a little bit. And I hope I see some of you then. We'll pick up right where we left off. But I'm gonna go walk my pupper. Then I'll be back. Thank you all for making this stream. It really cheered me up on a week where I really needed it, and I appreciate you. Like and subscribe, I guess? We mostly post podcasts and streams. That's about it. Alright, y'all. Love you. Talks later. Love you, not in a creepy, in like a generalized way. Alright.